No, it needs a cigarette tinge to it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You're live on YouTube now.
Live on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you're on, I was looking at this camera. It's this camera.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure, hi guys.
That's better.
Yeah. Make sure and like and subscribe down below.
Okay.
That way we can get better equipment. Quit bitching about everything. Stuff will look right.
I concur. All right, we're gonna do this. Ready?
Can they hear Adam on YouTube? Because didn't they say they couldn't hear him on YouTube last time, just the podcast?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know. I even know how to fix it. It doesn't have anything to do with this. It has everything to do with the software.
Me.
I think so. You just gotta talk.
You gotta talk
loudly. You gotta be forte.
I just don't want to wake your child.
You're all right. She's fine.
All right.
Okay, you ready to do this other part?
Fake penis. These titles, man. Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, look there. There's All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Wait, we'll be back on YouTube. Might be quiet for a minute. We'll be back. It's recording. Didn't we fuck up before? With Adam here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, that's all I needed was some iced tea, I guess.
Huh?
That heat stroke just turned me into an old man. I just need some iced tea. Feel a little bit better now. Y'all got sarsaparilla here? I always have a red hue on the YouTube. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Spearhead Transmission. It's July 26th, 2017. It's time to break those chains and water that tree. We've got a guest with us again tonight. We've got Adam from Or Salon. If you can hear him on YouTube, possibly not, but you'll hear him on the podcast.
Hello.
There's his music.
Welcome. Can you hear it? You can hear it. Oh, he can't hear it on the phone, but he's sitting here.
You can hear that music.
And then Mike's here.
Of course, like always.
So I'm supposed to say, I'm Nick.
And I'm Mike.
And welcome to the Spearhead Transmission.
Did you say what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
You did all that?
Did all that nonsense, yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah. Should we have like another intro, or should we just be like Sean Hannity and play the same shit for like years?
What we need is somebody that's got some technical savvy to write a better song. What do you mean, like musical wise?
Well, that in the intro. I don't know.
Oh no, don't change it. I mean, unless you want to come up with something creative.
Hey.
There you go. That's it. Done. We're in.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We should do a new intro song though, just so we can change it up. It's been a while.
I agree.
And our current music writer's in Australia, living on a beach, right?
Right.
Living it up, dodging great whites and box jellyfish.
Ooh. You know, that's funny you say that. I watched a video tonight. No, it's funny you should say that. But I did watch a video today of box jellyfish. That's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, well, you know, my daughter, she was like, "What's a poisonous jellyfish?" I said, "Box."
Aren't box jellyfish like tiny?
No. You think they are.
Which is the one that's like as big as a pinhead that can kill you?
I don't know. But so box jellyfish tentacles could be 10, 12 feet long, but they're maybe this big around, right?
Depending on what size shoes he wears.
Right. If he wears size 11.5, then, we know. But apparently a 6-foot strand of the tentacle could touch you and kill you within 2 minutes. So it's got enough venom in that 6-foot strand.
Wonder what jellyfish is thinking when he's floating around like that. Like, he's like, man, we should get some fish. Like, oh, shit, here comes a human. Hey, buddy, move. I can't do anything though. Like, don't run into me.
I don't have any control over
Got
these.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You say though?
I don't know.
What? They don't have any
Jellyfish?
control, right?
They have control, right?
Over those tentacles? You
They
think
look
so?
like me trying to roller skate. It's kind of like
Just loose.
trying to make it somewhere. You know what I mean? Like a lot of movement, but not forward momentum.
It's just everywhere. Look like a lane dancing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Jellyfish are weird because it seems to me, if you believe completely in evolution, right?
Mm.
Wouldn't that be a little more evolved than it is now, than just floating around hoping something runs into it?
I guess it depends on where it started. Like what it was when it started. It might have just been like
It may have been a rock,
goo,
a rock on another planet.
which it's still goo. Yeah, maybe it was solid, so it's evolving to become.
Or maybe they're really humans that are.
Or maybe they're like super
that's
intelligent.
the goal. Yeah,
Yeah,
to
that's like
become a
where we're
jellyfish.
coming. Well,
Yeah,
that's
float
good.
around all day and food runs into my ass.
Sting the shit out of everybody.
Every time I think of jellyfish, too, I think of Metroids. From that, remember that game, Metroid, when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
I always think.
Why do you think of jellyfish?
Because that's what the Metroid looks like. Remember they come
Kind
down,
of. It's like
come down on your head, and then they.
Yeah. Did you know that
Jellyfish
Metroid,
are Metroids?
the person in the Metroid suit's a girl?
Yeah,
That's stupid.
I never agreed with that when I was a child.
I
It's
don't
like,
agree with it now.
How can that be a woman? It's got a cool ass helmet. I can deal with it more now because I don't know.
I don't
They
know.
call him something else. Something,
Samus,
no, something man.
Metroid. No, you're thinking of Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Mega Man.
I played the shit out of that.
Mega Man was one of the most cheating games in the world. With the
It was a jellyfish, wasn't it?
Metroid.
With teeth.
Yeah.
Let me see.
All right, I'll move it over.
Another,
Metroid, or not Metroid. Metroid was hard too, but Mega Man, dude. I used to play that game, and if you didn't beat the end guys in a certain order to use their power on the other one, like it was impossible. You know, you beat Buzzsaw, and then used the saw blades on Tree Man, and then used the wind on, like Paper Man or whatever, and then if you didn't do it in order. Which you didn't know what order to do it unless you had Nintendo Power Magazine or friends that didn't have the internet.
I liked Mega Man, though.
Yeah, I did too, but
It was
cheated.
a cheating game.
I remember.
Every game back then, though, was a cheating game. It would be like, oh, the pattern has to be so perfect, or you're not gonna,
So Mega Man, one of the prime examples of cheating when I was a kid was I would jump. So you'd be on a screen, the edge of a screen, and you jump.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get through the other screen, and you jump stupid, you put arms put out, and you'd open your mouth up. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. It was like,
So,
but it was.
So
I thought it was
would-
graceful.
I'd go through the screen to the next one, and then something would hit me, and then I'd do the back one, and then it was fall down because there's all a bunch of jumping on blocks and shit, trying to stay up,
It's just Mario on steroids.
basically, with good music. It had better music than Mario, but
it did. A little more sophisticated.
Well, we're glad to have you here, Adam.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Prior to,
Since we're your podcast guys,
yeah,
right? Like you got your
yeah.
beer guys, which Adam brought us some beer. I don't know.
Should we drink these now?
Yeah,
Let's
got-
do it.
let's
got
get it. So
tea
they're
and-
called Tall Grass Brewing Company Key Lime Pie. When we first released this beer in kegs, fans gushed over this. It just makes me already tells me it's going to be good.
I burned my kidneys though. I don't have them anymore. I boiled them off.
You did.
Okay,
It scared the shit out of me.
the finish on this beer. First thing you think of, say it.
All right, you go first. Oh,
It's on your computer, not mine.
yeah. No, I'm at your. I guess you can't say it. Your face.
I'm trying. I'm overthinking it.
I was
Can I
gonna
taste
say,
it again?
It tastes like key lime pie. But the finish?
Yeah.
How long is the finish away from after you drink it?
That's what I'm trying to find
What
out.
are you tasting
I
now?
taste beer,
It tastes limes now.
and then I taste lime. It tastes like a margarita or lime-arita, but better.
Okay, so Jerry and I, the first time I had this was at Andolini's Pizza, and
It's good.
it is good. It's great.
It's messing with my head. I'm like, am I drinking beer
Or
lime juice?
Or key lime pie
So you had it what?
at Andolini's, and so the first time I had it,
it makes
the,
me think of a Mexican beer.
the finish on it to me tastes like a head shop smells. Kind of incensey, I know that's weird, but so anyway, I told the server that, and then he said that he and the bartender were actually discussing that same exact, so that they got the same.
Finishes, it's got a head shop finish. So it's like when you order wine, you order this, you're like, God, it's got an earthy undertone with cow hooves and a finish of a head shop. Like,
This smells exactly like a hippie's hat.
I don't get it. I don't get head shop.
I get like I just squeezed a lot of
Like
limes.
Starship.
Yeah. The Starship's gone, man.
No, it's still.
No, it's just moved.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not the same as when it was across from Taco Bueno.
Mm-hmm.
You ever have you been to Starship lately?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Those T-shirts, dude. If I had money just to blow on T-shirts, you could just buy T-shirts.
How much are they?
In there? I don't know, like $20 right there, something like that.
They range.
Not much. They do have
Maybe that's what we should open up.
a head shop.
I mean, I don't know anything about it now, right? But I'm sure I could figure it out. What's the defining? We have a judge that listens to us. What would be the defining? Like, what would be our limits? What could we sell? Everything? Can you sell anything and everything in there?
Yeah.
Other than illegal weed.
Heroin kit used for injecting water. Or what do they call the pipes in there for tobacco use only? Or
The glass pipes that are crack pipes.
Tobacco use only.
Are those crack pipes? They don't sell crack pipes in there, do they?
Might as well be. You could probably smoke meth in that.
I just always remember them being
I
shaped
don't know
like
about
penises.
I don't know about supporting the meth and.
Well, I support it all. He just said just don't sell anything illegal, so we're good. But that doesn't help. I don't know what it is.
It seemed like head shops though.
Mm-hmm.
Like Oz, I used to go to Oz when I was a kid to get incense and
Mm-hmm.
then look around there for shit I didn't need, like a wallet, the bike chain or a biker wallet. I bought a wallet in there, mainly because my older brother had one.
They have a lot of essential oils.
Yeah, and I'd buy patchouli oil there. That's where I get that patchouli. That's why my truck smells like
Hippies.
hippie.
I like it.
I like patchouli.
Yeah, but head shops are funny because
Do you feel weird going in there?
yeah.
Do you feel weird though? Go like whenever you ever go to Priscilla's or whatever. Do you feel weird going in there?
Isn't it Patricia's now?
Or Patricia's.
What's
This
that?
cracks me up.
What's that other one that I just saw?
Midtown Sex
there's
Store,
one.
or what is it called?
No,
Superstore.
no. There's one. Where did I see one? Oh, it was a real dive, but no, I don't feel weird going to those places. It's funny as like a joke. Anytime my wife go on a date night, I'll say, "Hey, you want to go to Priscilla's?" Because you always. It seems like we're always driving past it. The old Pizza
So we're by
Hut.
your house, right?
Old Pizza Hut. But if I go in there, if I were to go in there with her, I'd be making a fool of myself, like swatting her with a giant dong, or
Can we?
Yeah. You want this, honey? Like across the store. Hey, this one needs balls. Okay, but it'd just be making a point of trying to embarrass her. But if I were to go by myself, I don't like going anywhere by myself. Like, have you ever eaten lunch by yourself
Hell yeah, I love that.
at a restaurant? Sit down and eat by yourself. I feel like every single person in here is looking at me right now. Eat,
What?
when you go to a restaurant by yourself and sit down and eat.
I don't mind. I could
I
do
don't
it.
like it.
I mean, I don't. It's not like I do it, but I can do it, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of how.
do you know they? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was gonna say they say that means that you're not comfortable with yourself, Nick.
If
You can't eat by yourself, yeah,
I mean, I can do it. I just don't prefer it.
you start to get paranoid,
No,
start to
I
freak
just
out.
think people are watching me. I don't think.
What
Yeah.
fuck is the difference?
Sometimes I'm just not in the middle. I'm not in the mood to talk, so it's nice just to eat your food and just.
Yeah. I mean, I eat by myself every day at work.
I like to go to fine dining establishments and eat by myself. Makes people feel sorry for you.
When I was younger, that was like a sure way to hook up with a waitress.
Mm-hmm.
Go to like a. That'd have to be nice, but like a Johnny Carino's,
Chili's,
or
you like to go down to a Chili's.
Zio's.
You have like you eating by yourself? Like
Yeah.
You're not meeting anybody? No, just me.
Uh-huh.
You know? Well, that's like,
Thanks for serving my food.
yeah. I'm gonna give you a $10 tip.
Uh-huh.
Big time.
All right, we should probably get on to what we've.
Well, before
go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Move on to that. Before we started recording, we were talking about VWs.
Oh, right.
And like I was saying, then I was when I was a kid. I can't remember what the magazine was called. My dad told me he didn't like me reading Soldier of Fortune when I was a kid, or whatever this magazine was.
Because you know it's full of shit.
Because he's like bunch of crazy militia, survivalist, whatever. But I think it was Soldier of Fortune. But it was talking about. It said, rating the best survival vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it went through all these things, had like a Ford Bronco, 4x4, and all this crap. And at the end of the day, the number one on the list was a VW Bug. And Adam's got some VWs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the more I've heard him talk about it, like, I want one.
Now you want one?
Yeah, I want one.
I want one with the Baja tires, and
well, there's one he texted
no
me
use for it
the other day that was lifted, had a roof rack on it, and it was painted like primer. Dude, it was awesome.
And here's the thing: Super Beetles.
There's Super Beetle.
Are they
That's what I
4-wheel
like.
drive?
They're not.
No, they're just.
But the Super Beetle suspension is changed, and that's the ones they typically Baja. I mean, you can Baja any of them, but the Super Beetle's the best.
Did Adolf Hitler drive a VW?
Of course he did. A Volkswagen. Yeah, dude, that's. I would take the star off there, but that's nice.
Let me see it again. The star. It's got,
I wouldn't put that on. That's like asking for trouble.
dude, that car is awesome.
That is nice.
Can you see it?
And the
Hold
best
on,
part,
I'll tell you if it.
you can pick up Super Beetles so cheap because they're not as sought after.
Is this a Super Beetle?
Yeah.
They're
What's
not
the
sought after?
difference
Hang on,
between
let me see the back of it real quick.
what's the difference between a Super Beetle and a regular Beetle?
With that one, one's super.
Different trim packages. The body's a little bit different.
I like
and
trim.
More power.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You figure that'd be more appealing. Or people that just like.
I'll show you the differences here. The front is instead of it just real clean coming down, it kind of goes. It goes
Oh.
yeah.
So if you guys were like
Now I
in
want a
tune
Super
with
Beetle.
your radio comm stuff, you would realize that that's a CB antenna on the back of that.
And if you have one that's obviously you can't have any holes, but if you were to get one, do all the proper body work, weld up all the holes,
You can float it.
you can float it
Yeah.
down a river or across a river.
I can vouch for that because, again, another VW story from my mom said that she was a kid. She was driving.
Oh, Super Beetles look more racy.
Let me see.
Here we go.
Bring it up on the screen.
This is standard Beetle, Super Beetle.
So with that tucked front end, that, I think I'm not saying this is.
Is that
this
that's
is
a
my
Porsche or a
It looks like a Porsche, right here.
With that tucked under, that's better for Baja because you can better clearance.
I like the Super Beetle better.
I like it. Look at this one.
That's what I
That's
said.
a
Looks
super
like
Beetle.
looks like a Porsche.
Yeah.
Mine Porsche. No, so my mom told me when she was a kid, she was driving and it rained. It rained a lot or whatever. She was trying to drive across somewhere in a memorial or whatever, and she drove that Beetle out there, and the thing just lifted up, sort of floating, because there's like it's just a pan of metal. Like there's no frame, right?
No.
Yeah. Because my buddy had a VW thing.
Those
Yeah.
are badass.
And it we were gonna rip the body off and lift it. So we started looking at it, and like this thing doesn't have a frame. You can't lift it off the frame because the frame's the body. Like the only way to put bigger tires on that was to cut the fender out.
Whoops. Wrong
so
one.
you can separate the body from what they call like the wishbone or like the floor, the pan. So that, like on the 73, the pans are rusted out. See, that's badass.
You got to get Chun-Li to do that. Separate the hair from your body.
Look at all these.
I like that one. It looks like an RC car right there that you just had the cursor on, that yellow one.
This one? Yeah.
I think that is an RC car.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I like the one next to it too.
The blue one.
This
No,
one,
that
orange one.
No, that tan one
This one?
with
This
all the shit strapped to it.
This one?
Go to that
Yeah,
blue.
dude,
go to
that's
that,
awesome. Look at that.
Go to that blue one.
How much would that cost?
This-
Dude, I should
No,
be
no,
looking at
over
this.
this
I'm gonna be
one.
buying one of
To the
these
right.
things.
To the right. No, up. Right, left. Right there. That thing looks
Wow.
nasty.
Dude, I'd drive one of these.
You know, it's funny though. If you had one of those right now and you took your kid to school, here in a few years, they'd be like, "Oh my God, Dad, stop driving us!" Like, kidding me? This car's cool as hell.
Look at that.
That's sick.
That's really nice.
How much does something like that cost?
All right, I'll find out. You guys keep talking.
So anyway, we rebuilt the VW. God, these key lime pie beers are making me belch. We rebuilt a VW Bug motor in science class in the 9th grade, and I'd never rebuilt an engine before, and we had the thing on a stand in the class.
$150.
Yeah.
You get one for $150.
What?
I'm fucking around.
Had it broken down in one class, so I don't remember how long classes were, like 45 or 50 minutes or something like that, and then put it back together in another class, seemed like, because we pulled the heads off. The heads had 4 bolts, if I remember right. Pulled the heads off, so the cylinder or the pistons were like hanging out, and then I can't remember all of it, but I mean I remember thinking like, that's it, this is easy, I can rebuild a motor.
Yeah, it's like a big motorcycle motor. I mean,
And you can run them off distilled spirits, right? If you
Yes.
were to do it.
$4,800.
now you could buy that same one and do all that yourself. It just depends. I mean, you can score really good deals on them. Like I got my 73 for $750.
Which one's your 73? One you
The
just
one I
bought?
bought.
Does it run?
Not right now, but the motor is good. The motor and transmission are fine, completely fine.
What kind of miles can you put on one of those motors?
A ton,
Yeah.
as long as you keep check the oil. That was the biggest killer of bugs is people they'd run them dry, burn them up.
Well, we tried to change the oil in that thing and pulled out I don't know how many drain plugs. And I remember I was like, dude, there's nothing coming out of this. And we never figured out how to change the oil in that engine.
Yeah, there's like I need to have you come over and check it out when we pull that body off.
Yeah. I'll do it. I want one now. $4,800 for a fixed up one.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to. Have any of them ever been made in the? No, I couldn't do that.
Take your kid to school in that.
That's like Adam's Family mobile.
Yeah, it does look like. Is there any way to make them four-wheel drive?
No.
Really?
I guess not, because
because there's
motors in the back and.
Yeah. How the transmission is. But the thing is, the weights back. They're perfect in snow. I mean, they get good traction. My friend Brian, they were out camping on it was either the High Water Trail or the K Trail out in Arkansas, and they're sitting there around this campfire, and they hear this weird noise coming through, and they're like, "What the hell is that? What the hell?" And they see lights. It was 2 Baha'd out bugs in the middle of the freaking night, and they're hitting that trail, like trenching through, just.
you
Gotta have that giant megaphone tailpipe coming off the
Stinger.
back. Yeah. I don't know, man. I want one now. I guess
keep an eye out for them because you can find you can find another deal like I got.
I thought they were like super. I know the vans. The vans are like 70 grand or something right now.
Campers, yes.
Yeah.
Certain campers like the barn doors and they have like a I don't know a ton about the vans, but in the campers, but there's one that's like a 20-something window or it's super super rare.
There was some guy came and looked at that last Land Cruiser I sold, and he said, "Yeah, I rebuild VW vans," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and I don't know anything about them. And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "Look at this one." He showed me a picture of it. He's like, "You know how much I had to buy that for?" And again, I'm like, "I have no idea, buddy." And it was like 35,000 or something like that. And then he said, "Here's some pictures of it now." And then he showed me what he had it for sale for, and I was like, "What?" I mean, I had no idea that those were that sought after, but refurbished.
Yep.
That just tells me that I don't understand why car makers now continue to pump out the bullshit that they make, right? No one really likes it.
They're throwaway. The new cars are throwaway.
It's a throwaway. It's got no class. It's got no style. It's got, to me, if if Chevy were to go back, instead of making, like, even those new Camaros, I don't like them. They look, I don't know, like they're trying too hard, right? But it's the thing with like the Land Cruiser. Like, when they made the FJ Cruiser, why didn't they just make the exact same kind of body style as back then? Put a modern engine in it and modern like seat belts and airbags,
modern suspension and all that,
and leave all that other nonsense off. Like, it doesn't need heated mirrors. It doesn't need, because the people that buy that, and you know, whatever, if they're like, well, that won't sell, well, then start out and only making 50,000 of them or whatever. You know, I guarantee you'd sell them.
They would sell.
Yeah. Same way with if Ford were to make a utilitarian truck, like, oh, it's got a diesel, floor pans, heater and air conditioner, and that's it, you know.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, it's four-wheel drive, solid axle, it's rough ride. I guess they're restricted as far as like gas mileage from the government. But I figured you could still.
That's BS though, because like look at the new like the Dodge Demon.
That thing gets like -2 miles per gallon. It's got like
Demon.
what, 880 horsepower.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
It's basically a street legal drag car.
Yeah,
It's got skinnies on the front. The rear tires are basically a slick with like one stripe of tread that goes around.
you imagine owning that thing?
It uses gas while it sits in the driveway.
Yeah, you don't even turn it on. It's just gas. It's just.
It still looks ugly. I mean,
see.
Can you see it? I can't move my computer that much.
It's stanky, man.
Well, I don't understand why they can't.
Click on that one right there.
840 horsepower.
How do you drive that?
I
That's
know
the thing, it'd be-
I don't know. I don't think it looks ugly. I just think that it's.
It's not ugly, but it's.
What the?
I just don't think it's the same as old cars. I don't understand why before, and Kaylin right now is like, you freaking nostalgia, you know.
Well, it gets like 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
It'll move.
0 to 60 in 2 seconds. What?
It says that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of remakes, does anyone find it odd that OJ got paroled right before the new Bronco is going to be released?
They got a white version or the white paint version.
I mean, I see a commercial.
It's gonna be they'll have
It
the
worked for
OJ
me. It
instead of
worked for you.
instead of the Eddie Bauer Limited, it's the OJ Limited.
This,
I didn't
You're getting nostalgic.
with the wood grain and
Are they getting ready to release the Bronco?
Yeah.
See, and I mean they're cool-ish looking.
What does it look like?
they're
I
better
don't
than
know.
a lot of them.
Yeah, but I guess I don't understand why they didn't say like, "Hey, where's the dies for the old body?" Oh, they're in the shop back there. Pull them out. Let's just punch new steel off the old. You know, there's no need to do anything to it. It's done. That's people that like that car, like it for what it looks like. Not like it's like when they redo Red Dawn. Like, oh, Red Dawn. You know what I hope they do to that? Completely change the fucking story and make it new. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants that. Like, hey, we're gonna remake Red Dawn. Cool. Remake the movie.
What version are they trying to copy here?
The box version.
But it's box
It's like a Lego
yet.
car.
Yeah.
Jerry had a shit brown Bronco too when I met her.
Oh, yeah, the old
The old Bronco 2s, the
She
little
called
ones.
She called it the Deer Slayer. She took out three different deer, and like one of the headlights was like facing the ground, and the damn thing still.
I can't
Fired
figure
up.
out if I like it or not.
I mean, I wouldn't not drive it if someone didn't give it to me, but
Yeah, I don't think I would buy it.
I could see OJ in that. I mean, that one right there.
That's the one.
Yeah.
it's a little fast for OJ.
Does
You gotta
look
move
fast.
slow.
Seems.
The Jay had my buddy Jay had a Bronco too, and one day we were in Tulsa actually for something. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna drive across the street. We were at that pool. I think it was Magoo's or whatever. Pool place.
Pool hall, yeah, or pool
There
place
was
on
an
51st.
arcade.
And
No, it was up at 71st and something Memorial.
Oh, back
Anyway.
where the like service merchandise used to be.
It was back by where that Sun and Ski Sports area is. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, Sir Billiards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Is that still there?
I don't know.
But we were back there, and I was going to ride across the street for something. And he's like, take my Bronco. So we swapped trucks because I had a lowrider and he had a Bronco jacked up. And I'm driving across Memorial, and I shift from first to second. And the fucking
Well,
shifter
it seems that as
comes out.
conditions
And I was like, what the fuck? And I just jammed it back in and, like, wiggled it around, and I got it in gear, and I got across. And so I get back, and I told Jay, I was like, dude, fucking shifter comes out of your, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. Well, I think about it now. I mean, all that is a cap that's just got to be pushed down and twisted on, But I
Mhm.
guess when you're a high school kid, you're like, let's deal with it. I'm not going to lift it up when I shift. I'm just going to push down, It's almost, I guess, a theft deterrent device. But
So you had a lowered truck?
yeah, I had an 87 Nissan pickup that was lowered.
I had a 94 S10.
Did you?
Yeah, I'll show you some pictures of it on.
Dude,
Dude,
loved it.
Nissans were badass. The hard bodies.
Yeah, I loved that truck.
Did you crank the torsion bars to drop it, or?
I paid someone to lower it. They put
Okay.
blocks in the back, and I think they cranked the torsion bars down the front. I still don't understand how that works. Because you can lift something by cranking the torsion bars, right?
Yeah. So pull up a diagram. That'll be the best.
I mean, it doesn't make sense
It's
to
a
me.
long tube that goes, and then as you.
Mhm.
I did. That's how they lowered the front, because I didn't put drop spindles on it or anything like that. But you had a lowrider that, and after I did that though, dude, it was like riding a stagecoach. I mean, it'd throw your ass into the ceiling if you went over the like railroad tracks. I mean, I've had a bunch of rough riding vehicles.
How low were you? Were you pretty?
As low as it would go without, I think 4 inches or 2 inches.
Did I mess up?
What the fuck is that? Are those shoes? Spring shoes?
Here's your torsion bar.
Huh. I'd have to look at it. There's no way we're going to be able to explain that to people on the web.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, but it was lowered. I'll show you pictures of it.
Big thing was put like the chrome Pathfinder wheels on them.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I actually worked one summer at Kentucky Fried Chicken the entire summer.
Mm-hmm.
Saved all my money so I could buy some rims. And I got rims and tires for my truck. Put them on it. Dude, I had my seat recovered.
All right, so here's the deal. Here's your children's dreams before we even get into it. So the idea of getting a car, the whole idea of getting a car didn't represent freedom, didn't represent anything else other than...
Is your mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. Now
Can you not hear me?
Someone's breathing. Like that's you.
All right, so the whole idea of
I was like, what is that noise?
of getting a car, right? It wasn't freedom. It wasn't anything other than booty.
Booty?
That's all you wanted.
I got busted hours after I got my driver's license at the ball field by the police.
But is that what you were after?
That's what I was doing.
Oh, well, there you go.
I didn't even have any pants on. That was the most uncomfortable situation. One of the most uncomfortable situations I've been in, because the cops pull up behind me. I had pants on. She didn't have pants on. So he's like, roll the window down. She's like, don't roll the window down. Like, so I crack it and I'm like, yeah. He's like, what are you guys doing? And he
knew.
Yeah. And she's like, don't open the door. And he's like, open the door. And I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do here, So he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, just hanging out, And I can't remember what I said. I was so nervous. And I gave him my driver's license. He's like, man, this thing's still warm, Because, I just fucking got it. And he ended up just taking our names and letting us go. But I mean, it's obvious what we're doing. Like we're doing drugs. Still to this day, I don't know how that fucking guy snuck up on me without, me seeing him, spotting him. But
yeah, that is kind of strange.
He probably was watching the whole time.
Yeah, maybe.
But it wasn't that really what it was. And then the level of car you had, that was in your head. You're like, oh, this is a good. This will get me some booty. This car will. That wasn't what it was.
I wanted a Jeep so bad when I was like 15, and then I wanted a Land Cruiser so bad when I was that age. Like I wanted a Jeep or a Land Cruiser. My dad's like, those are hot rods. You can kill yourself on it. And then Land Cruisers I was like, you're going to be working on those all the time. And I still remember going to look at cars with my dad, and we stopped one day and looked at 2 Land Cruisers like the one I have now that, I mean, in my head, the thing was immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like $6,000 or something. My parents said they'd only spend a certain amount of money on our first car, which is, is fine.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how you can do that now, because I think it was like $3,000 or something. Like, because they spent the same on my brother or me. I pretty sure it was $3,000 or $2,000. Anyway, I mean, it's enough to get a car. My dad's like, you want a foreign car with because you're going to be able to put a lot of miles on it. You don't want to be working on it all the time. If you get a Jeep, you're going to be fixing it, And I was like, look at this lifted Blazer, look at this. I wanted a full drive. And that's all. Jeep, 4x4, at the minimum I wanted a 4x4. But I never got it, right? So I found this Nissan pickup, and I liked it. And then when they bought it, brought it home. It was a standard. I couldn't drive it yet, because I didn't know how to drive a stick. But like that was my car, man. Like I cleaned it and vacuumed it and waxed the thing. I was always
buffing it till you.
Yeah, my dad's like, you're gonna wash the paint off that truck, And but I never. I don't know. I never. Like when I had that, I never wanted a nicer car. I remember when I was a kid, I said something once. I got in some drawing to win money, and we were talking about what we're gonna do if we won. Like, you're gonna win, and it's like I'd take my truck to Nissan in Tulsa and have them rebuild, like, see under the hood, just replace everything. Make it brand new. But I don't know. I was just.
What was your first car?
It was my 94 S10. My girlfriend at the time absolutely hated it, and I did not give a shit. Like, I was kind of the same way. I was obsessed with that lowered truck. I think that was it was a kind of like, when we went through a phase of like the rice burners, the cars. Yeah. I think that was like the phase of like the mini truck, the lowered mini truck. Yeah,
because that's come and gone now. You don't see lowered mini trucks driving around.
I think I missed that phase. Mine was a 82 Firebird.
What?
That was my first car.
Dude, that car's cool as hell.
It was cool. It was all
like
primered.
400 cubic inch something motor in it.
It's 455, but it was all primered.
That's even cooler.
And it was the one headlight would come up and the other wouldn't.
Comes with beers in the passenger seat and a mustache.
What else was it? You'd have to pop start it sometimes, right? Because the starter, either that or I'd have to get under there, bang on the starter. I had to change the throwout bearing in it immediately. Yeah. I don't know if it was
from all those sweet burnouts.
I think it was because I didn't know how to drive it that well. $700.
$700. Would you buy 82 Firebird right now?
No.
For $700?
Not for as much as for $700.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Probably.
If I could find an 87 Nissan pickup, I'd buy it.
It didn't have the T-tops
so it
on
didn't leak on you?
It didn't leak.
Every one of those I got in that had T-tops, I mean, you'd be sitting there if it was raining, like, hey, man, your car's leaking. Like, I know, it'd just be pouring in, My friend had I can't remember if it was a Firebird. I think it was a Firebird. But it had the speedometer that when you sped up, it was like a fucking bar graph. You remember that? Yeah. But it was like a piece of plastic that, just shifted over between things.
It's supposed to be digital.
Yeah, that car, when you drove it sounded like you were driving a wagon down the road. Shit's bouncing around, like the headboard was,
headliner.
Yeah.
headliner was like hanging down, and same
Mine
thing.
headliner was hanging down too.
Same thing. Like I think one light worked.
I go out and tap on it and go like the vacuum or whatever it was that was in it that would make it come up. You'd be like, all right, it's perfect.
Dude,
There's plenty of lovemaking session in that car.
I want every one of these cars that we're talking about right now. Now, if I could own all those, like if, these like millionaires, they've got like, oh, I've got a Bugatti and I've got a
Fuck that.
whatever. Yeah, I'd like have like an old Pathfinder, fucking a Zuzu Trooper, El Camino. Like
I'd
El
like
Caminos
I'd
are
like
badass.
yeah. Well, I'm more of a Ranchero guy.
yeah,
72 Ranchero.
Yeah.
if I had the money, I'd probably have both, and then
They're wider, really wide.
now I'd have one of these bugs, lifted bug.
Baja Bug.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Have you seen that on Facebook? That the guy that did that Volkswagen with the LS swap in the rear of it, it's all caged in. He's like going through LA, like ramping over the highway.
Really?
See if you can pull up that
Okay.
do like LS1 bug.
It's got a Corvette motor in it.
It's like hanging like 6 foot off the back of the.
What is the deal with that LS motor? Like people put those in everything.
1960 LS1 V8 powered burnout.
Let me see.
Let's see here. I'll pull it over here.
They're just
There's this one.
readily available. No, I mean that one probably. That's not the one I was.
If I had
it's
that,
kind of like a Baja out.
if I had that, that's how it'd sound like every day when I left to go to work. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there goes Nick.
There's Nick off the job.
All right, that's enough car talk, I guess.
Okay.
All right, so this past weekend, as everyone knows or knew or does now, we had the Oklahoma Invitational.
Yeah.
The Pawnee Run and Gun, and Mike and I did the 20K. Mike beat me.
Is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah.
It's that. Were you worried about saying that, and then you had to get it right out in the
Fucking
open?
beat me. Yeah, I just had to do it, and beat me pretty good. I got 6th place. He got 2nd. One of our listeners took first place. Took
Congratulate him.
First in the 20K, 3rd in the 10K, which is very impressive. Because usually, if you're gonna do one of these, if you're gonna do 20 at least, you gotta pace yourself because you can gas out like we did.
Like
2
you
years ago?
and the other guy did. Oh well, yeah. 2 years ago, I gassed out completely.
Because I was like, I'm gonna win this 10K,
mm-hmm.
and then just do the second half. And what I did is came back and was like, I can't fucking go 10. I can't do anything. So so it was a good time. I think we only had a few people that had to go to the hospital or whatever for heat related injuries, and
one of which should have been you.
yeah, I probably should have gone to the hospital. But one thing I want to say about the run and gun is there was a lot of people, not a lot, but a few people brought their wives, right? And they tried it out, and for the most part, from what I've heard, is they all liked it. Like because my wife was gonna go, she's pregnant, so she can't do it. But try to tell her like it's the people there. I want you to meet these people that I talk about all the time. Like
Right.
you hear their name or whatever.
Good people.
Yeah, and it.
For the most part, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like the majority of the people that we interact with out there. I mean, not the people that I don't know at all, but the people that you see over and over at these things. I feel like, hey man, hey, can I borrow your truck? Like, yeah, go ahead, grab it or whatever. Like,
right.
Can I run with your rifle? Like, sure, man, you got it. Or it feels like almost like a family type.
Yeah, and
group of people.
I think the reason that is because generally those type of people are ostracized in society, right? Like, or at least by the media, right?
Did you turn your mic up?
Huh? Yeah, I did a little. I can't hear. Can you hear me?
I can really well.
Okay. All right. How about now? So I'm thinking that they're generally ostracized in the public. They don't have anybody really to talk to about what their passion is and all that stuff. And and it becomes an echo chamber amongst their little group. But then when they get together, everybody gets together, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie here because they're all kindred spirits, right? They all share this one thing, or at least there's a common thread that they share. There's something there that's a common thread. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're all on the same page or we all have the same beliefs, the same belief structure, but we do share a common thread, and that's we enjoy shooting guns, right? Yeah. We enjoy pushing ourselves mentally and physically. And, I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe some of those people don't. Or testing yourself, pushing yourself to limits that you may have not been able to prior, right? Like, it's a constant competition.
Yeah, I don't know. I always feel like they're really good people, and you know, I hear people say that shit about everything, like, oh yeah, at the 4-H club, it's really good people there, or whatever. Maybe that church families are like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I know, like right now, if I were to call, a number of people that we talk to on this and say like, hey dude, I got a problem with whatever, not like I gotta hide a body or something, mm-hmm. but something they'd be willing to help you out. It wouldn't just be like if you're at, I'm trying to think of a similar thing, like a fucking book club or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh well. Yeah,
maybe they're not. It doesn't have that tight of a community, right? Yeah. But
and the second thing I wanted to say about it was, every one of these, and I know it's different for everyone, but like for the week prior to this, I was all nervous for absolutely, like no reason, because there's nothing writing on it. It's not like my job or
there is
anything.
I mean, yeah. I beat you.
Yeah, you did beat me. Nothing writing on it other than like in my head, like this is a reflection of how well I could react to something with my rifle and my body, right? Like these two things together. Hey, this is how you do. So if I were to do, like one year I did really bad because I say making excuses, but I was sick. Like I was gonna call the guys before Al and Daniel and say like, look, man, I'm not running all RO, but I'm not running. Anyway, I decided to run, and that was the year I ran out of ammo and fucking DQ to like the last stage or something, and I knew I was gonna run out because I was like, shit, there's this many stages. I'm running back. I was looking at the tops of these magazines, like there's 5 in that one, like there's a lot in that one, but did horrible. Fucking bothered the shit out of me. I was like, dude, I'm like I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a reflection of me, and that is why and I don't know what's these events, because it doesn't coincide with, or it's not the same way with me working out or me shooting with my friends or whatever. If I'm out there and I'm shooting bad, I'm just like, oh, it's a bad day. Or if I'm working out and it's a shitty day, like, it's a shitty day. But for some reason, these contests, like, oh, this is it, this is game time. But I don't know. I can't explain it. I put a lot of
yeah, I got you.
A lot of.
So you're gonna be down. You're gonna be bummed out until the next one.
Yeah, probably.
It's all right. You'll have a chance to redeem yourself.
Go to Pecos in September, and that one's usually, the competition is pretty hard down there, and it's fun. But I don't know. They're a good time.
They are
fun. You get to shoot, get to run around, get to see how you get up there and you're like, I should have practiced shooting like this, and I didn't. Like the last time we did this, I had issues with it, and like, oh, I want to shoot a weak-hand pistol or rifle, or I want to shoot 90-degree cant with my rifle through an opening.
Right.
Need to practice that. Need to practice, reloads better or whatever.
Right.
Quicker from the start to get in and go. And I always forget about that, and I focus on stuff that I'm good at instead of trying to challenge myself with things I'm bad at, because it sucks to go out there and like with your left hand and keep fucking missing. You know what I mean? It's a lot more fun to like bing, 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 bing. You know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a perishable skill though. Like if we don't do it all the time, you lose the familiarity of it. But I wanted to say this is that we're fortunate enough to have a premier national event this close to us, and put on by people that we know.
Yeah.
Put on the people by that invited us to do this before this, invited us to do it in a hayfield.
Yeah.
And just run, that they stuck with it. They were determined. They had some turmoil. They still went through that turmoil, made it through that, and they still continue they put out a good event. You know what I mean?
You remember?
And it's consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's consistently a good time, and we're great. I'm grateful that we have them this close.
We'll have the organizers on the show in a couple weeks, but remember back when this was in a hayfield?
Mm-hmm. How murderous it was?
4 people or 3 people doing it. It was miserable. I still think those short 2, like think of it now.
Yeah. That in Henrietta Field.
Like if you're gonna do a 2-mile running gun, like yeah, that's nothing. But that fucking 2 miles was horrendous.
Very, very tough. It's like running. You're running through grass that's really tall. You can't see the ground, so you can't get any judgment of how level or unlevel it is. Falling in holes, it is vicious and hot.
I don't know why your mic sounds so bad to me. It's all
Does it sound crackly?
Yeah.
Okay. How about now?
Is
that better? Okay. I can't tell. I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Headphones are bad.
I don't know. It was a good event, but I'm still upset that here's the thing is I walk across the finish line, I felt fine, and then I went straight to shit. Mike walks across the finish line and is like running people drinks and delivering the mail on the county roads and fucking like doing jumping jacks for fun.
I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you what happened. Is that
the ibuprofen? We figured it out downstairs. I didn't take the ibuprofen.
You didn't take ibuprofen, and you scared the shit out of me the day before. I was like, oh no, I might not even live. Like I saw him, and he is shaking in 111-degree weather or whatever hot it was, and sat there for days.
Hours? Yeah,
and was like, you could tell it was just something wasn't right. He looked like he was like had swollen up. Like he looked exactly the color that he looks on the video, and then swollen.
What was funny about that is I was hanging out with all them in this under one of those canopies, and I drank an entire Pedialyte, and I was sitting there and I was like, man, I don't feel right. So I sat there for a little bit longer, poured some water on my neck, and I looked at my arms. My arms weren't sweating, and I was like, I'm gonna go down that medical kit tent in case I pass out. So I really thought I was gonna get up and just fucking fall over at that point. So I walked down to that tent, and I told those guys, I was like, hey, I don't feel right. Something's up. And he felt my arm. He's like, ooh, yeah, you're hot, man. He's like, let's get some ice under your arms and on your neck. So I started putting these ice packs under my arms, and like Mike's saying, I just walked away from them, right? So then
it totally meandered off. Was like,
yeah. So after a while, people start, I guess,
looking for you.
Yeah. So here comes like Kaylin, or I don't know who it was first, and like coming in like, are you all right? Like, no, man, something's up. And then I walk off. Someone else would come up, like Reese and Connor, like looking at me.
Yeah,
like, I was like dying. I felt like it was the final viewing, like like you guys are freaking me out by the way you're looking at me. Like, you all right? Like, no, man, I'm not yet. I will be in a second, I hope. And if you ever have heat exhaustion, because I don't think I had a heat stroke, I'm pretty sure I didn't. But if you ever have it, it's the weirdest thing because I felt anxious. I felt like real anxious, like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, go away. Cool off. Come on. Like, cool off. I don't want to go. I don't want to crap my pants. I don't want to pee my pants in front of all these people, or I don't want to pass out in front of all these people. And it takes a long fucking time for your body to like come down from that. Because I mean, it was like 2 hours, I think, of ice or two more of just ice under me, ice water on me to cool me off. And I mean, I still didn't feel right until 10 o'clock that night. And I mean, it's just like you're, you know, whereas, you know, I've been cold before, really cold. Like, I don't know if I was hypothermic or not. I didn't get the core temperature. I didn't get my butt plunged, you know. But to the point I was confused about my.
Yep, he's cold.
Yeah, my right and my left. I didn't know. You know, I was like, huh? But that came back quicker. You know, I got in a warm truck, drove in a warm truck across a base, and I felt fine. You know? But this, I mean, it was just like, all right, man, I got fucking I've got ice water poured on me. Like, I should be cool now, you know? Like, no, it took like hours. It's scary, but.
Well, that's why. So that's why seeing all of that Friday, I ran on Saturday, and I ran an hour earlier than they started. So I started an hour earlier in the day than he started. I started at like 8:40, and I think you guys started like 9:30.
9:45.
Right? 9:45. And so I started earlier, and I came home, and I just was pounding water. I mean, I had been drinking lots of water the whole week leading up to it. Drank tons of water. I had an electrolyte mix that I would like put. It was like I would drink 1 quart of that and then a gallon of water, right? And I did 2 of that. So when I showed up there,
my favorite thing is
just like, I'm ready, but I'm not. I don't want to. I'm terrified I might die, but I'm full of water.
My favorite thing was Shane comes back and he's like, he goes, well, those salt tablets didn't work. Fuck, I was pounding salt tablets and
they worked great,
mix.
Man. I did it. It worked perfect for me. Everything worked out great.
All the meetings I had at the foot race stores and the running stores about what to take and when to take it.
But you didn't do what I did.
I didn't take the ibuprofen.
You didn't take the ibuprofen, and you didn't fill a bladder, Camelback bladder, with electrolyte mix. So I had 50 ounces of electrolyte mix and 50 ounces of water each time I ran, and so I would just alternate.
Well, see, I was drinking and then electrolyte mix out of it looked like a human baby bottle.
Yeah, but that's a tiny little bit.
But I had I had 4 of them. And at one point, I found an open Gatorade bottle on the side of the road and drank that. I was so
fell out of somebody else's pack.
I told Al when he drove by, I was like, I cheated because I drank someone's Gatorade I found. He was like, that's not cheating.
You found it.
Yeah.
Al showed up to my stage, had pond water in his bottle. I was like, what are you drinking? That's pond water.
That's the key right there.
Mm-hmm. No, it was like a goo mix. But I think that's it, man. And pickle juice. I took pickle juice on that second round.
That'll bloat you up.
Yeah, you just take a sip, though.
Didn't you say you started getting all big?
Oh, yeah, my hand was enormous. Both my hands were enormous. I took a leak, and my dong looked like big as this thing, and I was like, well, that's nice.
Take a picture of this real quick.
Take a picture and send that home. But, yeah, it was. I swelled up, and I was like, okay, I need to start sweating out this salt because I took my salt tablets, and then I'd been taking probably too much electrolyte mix, and so I just started drinking more water. And it came right back down, man. I could get my. It's a delicate balancing act that you're doing out there with your body.
Yeah, so the running. It's what Mike and I talked in the past about. It's a balancing act because you're like, I gotta run, but I can't run too fast. Because I'll tuck her out or cramp up or die. I can't run too slow or I won't be competitive. I can't shoot.
You're fading out. Come closer. Can't hear you.
You know, I can't just go ape shit on my rounds and miss everything because then I'll run out of ammo, and then I can't drink too much salt because I'll bloat up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't drink too much water because then I'll cramp up. You know, so it's like the whole time. I don't know. Maybe
I think I'm going to continue the same method that I used and hope that it works next time.
I'm done with the 20K.
What? You're done?
Unless it's a winter.
Okay, because I said I'm doing I said I was done with it too, and then
I've done
the winter one. I'm going to do.
I've done 2 summers.
And I'll probably do the summer one.
I
next
may
time.
just run a 10K in the winter. I don't know. I don't know. Every year too, I'm like, I'm gonna videotape. I'm gonna video everyone that comes to my stage that I'm friends with, so I can give them a video of it. Completely. I think by the time I'm on a stage after running a fucking 20K, I'm out of it. So I'm just kind of like, hey,
hi.
yeah, I don't. Where are you? Whoa. Oh, you're gone. All right. Well, so congratulations to everyone that went. Congratulations to everyone that placed. That got one of the top 3 positions. Congratulations to winner of the Juggernaut. But I think one thing too, and we said on the Facebook page, like, if you didn't perform as well as you thought you would have, or you didn't perform as well as you thought you should have, or whatever. I mean, the only way you can change that is to make some changes, either with your gear or how you do things, or with your physical fitness, or your shooting. Like, I need to shoot better. It's simple as that. Like, we don't shoot enough.
Yeah, we don't.
So I need to practice on the things that I'm weak at, like offhand shooting and quick follow-up shots and shit like that. But like, I think everyone should strive to do, like, even if I just don't want anyone to get into the, like, I just want to do it because to do it.
Just to do it.
Try to do
your best.
Try to do next time to do it, 10 seconds faster. Like, oh, I ran it this fast. Like, just try to beat it, because there's like nothing wrong with continually trying to better yourself, or to step outside your comfort zone to where you're, trying to do things that you haven't done before. Like,
I agree. I think that, know your limits immediately. Like, don't go out and be like, I'm going to do a 20K and
run a 7-minute mile the whole time.
Yeah. Or, exactly.
Tits up somewhere.
Yeah. Don't, you need to definitely know your limits, but always push those limits, like, I went into Saturday with the whole idea, I just don't want to look like Nick at the end of it. That was the whole goal, and I just want to finish. I want my T-shirt, and I wanted to finish. That may not have been the right attitude, but, I mean, obviously I'm competitive, and I'm lying to you right now, like saying that I didn't want to win, but
see, I
did want to win. I just wanted to, first and foremost, I didn't want to die.
It's a good goal, not to die, but I got in that kind of thought habit on my second one. I was just like, because I messed up and I didn't take enough ammo on the second one, because I grabbed 4 magazines thinking I had 4 AR magazines. They weren't, because we had to use bolt action. And I was going to carry extra rounds to load those magazines, and I was so out of it that I just took off. And I thought about it when I was like up that fucking hill. I was like, run back. I was like, dude, I can't, right?
You know what I had when I came back? I had a pit crew.
Did you?
Yeah. It was excellent.
I had 4 people in a truck looking at me like I was crazy, because I was pouring ice in my shirt, pouring ice on my head, and I chugged that Pedialyte, another Pedialyte, and then was drinking water, filled up my Camelback, put those mags in my carrier, and then reloaded my pistol, and then took off. So I just needed.
You didn't even wait your full 15?
No, I was gone.
Oh, I did. I waited 20, a little over 20.
Did you? No, I was in and out.
I ate.
There's still sweet potatoes on my tire, because I look like a chimpanzee out there eating its own shit. Like, I was scooping it out and like shoving it in my mouth, and I like, so there's dudes in this truck, those Rise Armament guys are sitting there staring at me. I was like, those guys think I'm insane, But I just forgot to grab extra bullets to reload those magazines, and like, I kept thinking about that entire road over there. So then I was like, fuck, I can't win this, because I was like, I'm not going to be able to finish.
So it got in your brain.
Yeah, and so then I started being like, well, just at least just finish the race, which is everything I go against of, when I think about racing. But so, like, when I DQ'd one of the stages, it really fucked with my head. But by the time I got to the end, I was just you know, like I gotta live, I gotta get back. But it's, I don't know, it's hard.
Yeah, there's a huge calculation as well. You got to do like a lot of, especially if you do the 20K. You got to count everything, make sure that. And this one was, I guess people don't really. I mean, some people that are listening probably don't realize that we switched rifles in the middle of it. So you had to switch to a bolt action rifle, which that was my first time shooting that rifle.
Yeah, and you shot it great though.
I didn't though. Like I couldn't hit anything that was out past the junkyard stage. I DQ'd that, and the VTAC board. I didn't even see the target on the VTAC board.
That fucking VTAC board. I can't. Anytime that thing's out there.
Oh, I didn't even make one hit from the
top.
From the top. I couldn't even see the. I was like, Tommy was like, it's right there, and I was like, I don't see it, man. I don't even see the target. And he's like, well, we ran out of paint. I was like,
it needs to be white.
I was like, what color? It was paint. Is it painted black? Because the tires are black.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see it. So I just kept shooting. And then as soon as I started to realize, okay, I'm low on my round count, I need at least 6 bullets for the last stage so that I do that crawl. And I know I can hit that thing 3 times because it was, 150 yards, and it was, it was pretty big. So I could hit that at least. And so I just wanted to make sure I had twice the number of bullets. So I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this stage.
That VTAC board. See, that's the thing, man, is I need the VTAC. Shoot more VTAC.
So a VTAC board is just it's like with a whole bunch of angles cut in it, right? And weird. So you have to aim through it at real awkward positions.
Okay.
And then you have to figure out if you're supposed to aim high. You always aim high, but what side you're supposed to aim to, left or right, depending upon.
Stick your ass up in the air.
It's a real awkward.
Don't rest your barrel on the.
Don't rest your barrel on the the block or the actual board.
It's dumb. I hate it.
It is hard. It's very hard. I always have trouble with it as well. I think a lot of people do, but yeah, it's a lot of. You have to do a lot of calculation, a lot of thinking, and
maybe we're overthinking it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think so though.
I don't think so either. I think it was just. I think what happened to you guys just went out like fucking late. You beat all of us by 20 minutes. You beat 30. Me by 23 minutes.
I thought it was 30.
Well, you beat me by 27, but you had 7 more minutes of wait time than me. So 20 minutes you beat me by. Yeah. But
the guy, like the second guy after that was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, the next guy after me, I beat him by, or run time wise, I beat the first place guy by like 25 minutes. So you and Shane beat the first place guy by like 50 minutes.
Yeah, if I slowed down, I may have gotten that pond and like frolicked it. Dude, that's the
no. That pond was not good. Not a good.
Funniest story I've heard is...
He's talking about the creek.
Yeah, so 3 of our friends, there's a creek crossing, and they're in the creek like splashing and playing Marco Polo in it. Just hanging out.
Kaylin was one of them.
Yeah, Kaylin. In my head, I don't know why, I just... The setup in my head. Like,
you're looking at it from above.
Yeah, and I can see I'm like splashing and like in the middle of a race, like just hanging out, like, hey, throw me the floaty, or whatever. But cracks me up to think about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so next one's in January, unless you go to another one of these like other ones that are popping up. But make sure and check out okrunandgun.com and sign up for the next one, even if it's a little intimidating. Don't be intimidated, because like I said, the people they're not typical gun guys.
No, not
the majority.
There are some gun guys there. You don't really talk to them.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Just hang out with us.
All right, let's move on. Oh, should we give a congratulations to the winner of the event that we
just call him Matt?
Just congratulations, Matt.
You're hope you enjoy the axe.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, we didn't tell them that we.
And your group you came with are good people. It was nice talking to all of you. So.
And we hope to beat you next time.
Yeah. Watch out.
All right. What's next? So we got an email from one of our listeners. Ancient humans had sex with aliens. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. You say bullshit?
Yeah.
Well, it seems that as
Whoops. Ready?
All right. What is this? Hot zone?
Yeah, we'll just go straight to hot zone.
All right. This first article, I still don't know if I fully understand what's going on here. Okay, so this is from Fox News. If I can open it. Let's see. Is he going to let me open it?
You were the one who put this on here.
Yeah. I
All
read
right.
the entire story. Hold on.
All right.
God dang. There it goes. All right. Fox News World, United Kingdom.
There you go.
Woman who wore fake penis tricked blindfolded friend into having sex with her, sentenced.
Huh.
Okay, a British woman who pretended to be a man by wearing a prosthetic penis and tricking her blindfolded friend into having sex with her was sentenced Thursday to 6.5 years in prison. What the hell?
I don't understand. You want me to read?
No.
Go on.
Gail Newland was found guilty of 3 counts of sexual assault in June after a retrial. She was initially sentenced to 8 years in prison when she was found guilty for the same charges, but the conviction was overturned last year when officials declared the judge handling the case was not fair and balanced. A close friend claimed that she tricked her by pretending to be a man named Kyle Fortune, who she believed was her boyfriend. Newland and the friend met while they were attending the University of Chester in 2011. Newland duped her friend by creating a Facebook page when she was 15 years old to take on the male persona, putting photos of an American man on there to make it more believable. The friend said in court she was unaware Newland was Fortune because she was always wearing a blindfold when they met. Newland would then wear a strap-on prosthetic penis when they had sex. There was no point until the day I took off the blindfold that I thought for 1 second that a woman was the person behind this. I don't know if I believe that lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think she probably got caught or somebody called her out on it and then said, are you a lesbian?
She added that she never would have consented to having sex with Newland if she knew it was her supposed friend. The friend also said she was blindfolded when the pair were hanging out. So how do you set that up? Like, hey, my boyfriend's coming over, the American guy from Facebook, but you got to wear a blindfold.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how do I know it's him? Well, I've got this, he'll have a penis.
He'll have a penis.
You know what I mean? Like, what would...
Hey, I'm here,
Yeah.
guys. How's it
Hey,
going?
Chris.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, are you here? Yes, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice shirt you have. Thank you. I picked it up at J.C. Penney's.
Who's your blindfolded friend?
Look at that. You've got a penis. Yeah, I have one here, since you've got a blindfold on. Wait
a minute. Wait. Now you've got me confused. I thought that they all 3 hung out together.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
No, hold on. So she has to play 2 parts, and this one's blindfolded. So
No, the blindfolded lady is not the one that was pretending to do it.
no, I know. So I thought she had sex with her friend, right? Okay, hold on here. All right, so let's clear this
There's
up.
2 people in a room.
I got that. I got there's 2 people in the room.
girl-
There's
this
no
one's
American
like-
man.
This one did the whole thing like, hey, Here's my boyfriend. He's an American model.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Here's pictures of him. That's not your boyfriend. But instead
Right.
she bought it, right?
Right. So this one bought it.
So then they hang out together.
Right.
And then they say, let's hang out. Okay, but you've got to wear a blindfold. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, but okay, so this one is the friend that's getting nailed, right?
Yeah.
By the fake penis. This one's the one with the fake penis.
Yeah.
This one is also the one with the American boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she has to play both roles because what did they see?
That's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
then
she's like, hey.
She's like, hi,
what's up?
hey.
Good for
She's
her.
talking to herself.
Yeah, that's where we're going. So she's talking to herself, but this one in the room has got the blindfold on.
That's
It's
something suspicious.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
no way that could. I mean, unless that's some serious not breaking character, right? Because I would be like, "Hey, do you want a drink? Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I want to drink. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hey, do you want to do my blindfolded friend with your big penis?
Of
Yes,
course.
yeah, I do. Oh, okay. Wait, who said that? Oh, it was me. I mean him. He said it. Like there's no way.
Perfect.
Did they say how many months was it? 7 months.
6 months or
6
7 months. Yeah.
And then, like, I don't.
I feel like 6 years was a little extreme.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it. Okay, that's this raises a good question though. So, all right, if you're going out, okay, because she's thrown in jail because what? What did she do? She had sex with her friend who was stupid.
Who thought she was
Right? Who was either she was stupid or she was complicit. Right? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Right. So she's either just fucking retarded or complicit in the whole thing. Okay, so now you let's say that you're not married, right? And you're out and there's this smoking hot girl, right? And you go home and you end up taking it in the butt by this girl because she's a mahou actually, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you're like I thought you were a girl this whole time, right? And you had a real penis. Like she's just like, hold on, I'm gonna you're at here. I
It's
guess
not
I didn't
the same,
set
though,
I didn't set it up. I
because
didn't
it's
set
gonna
up.
be-
She tells you like, look, I'm gonna put a strap on and ram you, like plow you, and you're like, okay, you're just drunk enough to do it, right? And then you end up, it's actually not a girl, it's actually a man with a real penis. Does she go to, or does he go to jail?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
If I
I'm-
was the judge or the jury, and I'd be like, "Fucking guy knew what was going on."
yeah, that's exactly
You
it.
guys buy this shit?
I think
I think she was into it, and then she was like, maybe I'm not so into it.
I think she's into it, and someone caught her or something happened. It just
is this her?
that's the one that was doing the giving.
Who's this then?
That's her. That's the same one.
Damn.
So before we change completely, this was a side article on Fox News. It says parent outraged over teen Vogue anal sex how-to column. Holy shit, man! I remember reading those teen magazines when I was in like middle school and stuff because they had like talked about girl parts, So anything you could get about girl stuff back then, I was like, oh yeah, let's even just talk about it. But yeah, apparently Teen Vogue is giving kind of like the podcast. We had the 5 things you need to know.
Smart anal.
Yeah.
Whatever you need to know about anal.
Yeah, so there's like a big thing right now about Teen Vogue.
All right. Canadian man builds park stairs for $550, even though city said project would cost $65G.
Yeah, and that's from foxnews.com.
Mhm.
And it was basically there's this area in the park where people would walk off the sidewalk, and it was, just a grassy area. It had rocks on it. I guess his wife had fallen multiple times, right? So he goes out and builds these steps
Mm-hmm.
for the area, because it's safer. You can see the pictures on the screen right now. We'll post the link when we post the page, or the podcast. But he builds it for $550, whereas the city, when they were talking about building the the stairs there said it would cost $65,000. The whole point of that is the fact that that's your government right there.
yeah.
I mean, it's even Canada, but that's what mismanagement of funds is when it's not your money, right? Like, hey, you build some steps. Okay, well, we got to do a study.
Yeah.
We got to do an earth study to see how
it's
going to affect the my buddy's got this, soil testing company, so we'll throw a bone his way.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Life forms.
And then, we got to buy lumber from so-and-so in Saskatchewan because he's your brother-in-law. Like, well, we can buy lumber here. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
He did this for me back then. We got to do this. And then we got to, just all this unnecessary nonsense. And this guy goes and builds it for $550. And so they flagged it off because they weren't sure if it's safe or not. Because, they didn't follow, I guess he didn't follow procedures for.
Oh, they tore it down?
I don't think they tore it down, but they're like, well, we need to look and see how the safety.
Make sure it's safe.
Like, well, it's safer than it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a problem until, someone went and took it upon themselves to do it
to
right.
Fix it, yeah.
Anyway, ridiculous. I'm trying to open this back up.
The next one.
Yeah.
This one comes from the Huffington Post. I'll let you read it when you get it open. It says, Baltimore cop accidentally recorded himself planting drugs, public defender says.
So
This comes from the Huffington Post.
Huffington Post, and there's a video on here, and I watched it. The best thing about this was the reaction. I can't. This thing's
what's wrong?
frozen up.
I'll read it. Or you want me to pull it over there?
Well,
Here you go.
I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if you watch the video, it shows these cops looking around. They stopped a guy. What did it say? The Baltimore Police Department suspended an officer after a short video that appears to show him planting drugs in a trash-strewn yard. The 9-second video was recorded by Officer Richard Pinheiro's body camera. According to the Maryland Public Defender's Office, the footage from January 24th shows Pinheiro placing a plastic bag in a red can and hiding it among trash as the two other officers watch him. All three officers then walk down the alley and onto a sidewalk where Pinheiro turns his body camera on and then goes back to it and yells, I'm going to check here before walking back to the yard. The state attorney's office dismissed the case against the drug suspect after an assistant public defender who represented the man forwarded them the video last week. The suspect had been in jail since January in lieu of a $50,000 bail he could not pay, the Baltimore Sun reported. So there's all kinds of stuff that I've heard, I read or saw on this, but like these are plainclothes. These cops are like in like hoodies and police vests. I don't know if there's some special unit or what. Go down. Like this. Who is it? It says this is a serious allegation of police misconduct. Police Commissioner Kevin Davis told the reporters, "There's nothing that deteriorates the trust of any community more than thinking for 1 second that uniformed police officers would plant evidence of crimes on citizens." That's right. I mean, that's terrifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because and a lot of people are like, well, he had these drugs on him or whatever. So my whole deal with that is, like when you were a kid, you'd watch those movies about like Dirty Harry, which I love Dirty Harry movies, but watch those movies about some, like the police officer's got to get the bad guy, and he's got to bend the rules to make it happen, because if he just followed the rules, then guy'd be able to do whatever he wanted. And like, I know some people deserve to be in jail for, because they're bad people for whatever reason. I mean, but if you think for a second that you should be able to make a personal decision out there to make something happen that you think should happen because, hey, I want to get this guy in jail, and if I don't do this, he's not going to go to jail. Like, that's a slippery slope, right? Because
a huge slippery slope.
We'll do it for him.
This last time it'll happen. It ain't gonna happen again. Promise.
We're gonna get this guy in jail, and
Get him.
That'll be it. But if that starts being like the deal, which what happened here in Tulsa, it's happened before.
It happens daily, man.
Yeah. So then, what is to stop at that point, what would stop anyone from saying like, "Hey, I found this. It's in his car. You know, the guy's a felon or whatever. Like, whose gun is it? Oh, it's one I've got from somewhere else. You know?
Right.
I mean, that's a complete, violation of trust for, if you're going to put people in a position like that. I mean, that's horrible. And so if you go through here, I can't remember what I read it, but they're saying like, I think what happened here was the police were trying to reenact the video of how they discovered the drugs. You know what? That's
yeah. We were just recreating the moment of discovery.
So here's what they should have done. To recreate the moment of discovery, and the police report say, unfortunately, the body cameras are off, but what occurred was this. You know what I mean? That's not. That you just got busted trying to fuck someone's life up over some, what were those, heroin pills? I don't know. Like, had gel-filled heroin pills.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what bothers me, too, about this is the guy plants it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's two other guys right there that don't do a fucking thing about it.
Yeah.
And just sit there with their hands in their pockets.
Those are
Not
two.
say,
Those are
like,
two more bad cops.
Not yeah. They didn't
They are bad cops.
say like, hey man, this is it's not right, or like, if you're gonna get the guy on the law, if the law's on the books and you're gonna get him, like, do it by the fucking law. Because in reality, if you're gonna do it by breaking the law, you're just as much of a criminal as the person that you're trying to put away, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You are.
That's just my opinion.
I agree. What's wrong with your stuff,
My
man?
computer's completely frozen.
One day we'll have an actual studio where we have actual computers that you can't watch porn on.
I don't watch porn on this.
All right, so the next one
Who looks at porn on computers?
I don't know.
Phones are for.
We started a food craze.
Okay.
Wait, it's moving now.
All right, it's good.
Yeah.
You got it?
The next one, HuffingtonPost.com. I don't have much for this. This says celebs express anger for Donald Trump announcing ban against trans troops in the U.S. So Donald Trump came out today and said that the military needs to be focused on war fighting and not paying for hormone therapy and trans whatever they have to pay for transgendered service members. I guess Obama opened up the service to transgendered people. I don't remember that. I guess I didn't really give a shit. But
Wait a minute.
yeah, I don't know how it works either.
So, like, you have to take hormone therapy, right?
Yeah,
To be. So, when I went in,
you had
like,
hormone therapy.
no, when I went in, if you had a bum knee, if there was anything wrong with you, you weren't allowed in.
Right?
You weren't allowed in. You didn't. You just anything that's going to cost the government any money,
Yeah.
other than standard. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, because if you
okay.
had pins in your knees,
Yeah. If you
like a pre-existing thing,
pre-existing
no,
conditions, you're
can't
not going to
come
get
in.
back in.
Yeah,
or
you're
get in.
bad back. Oh, you can't come in or whatever.
Right. Anything
So if
that
you're
could
like,
be.
Hey guys, I'm actually a woman and I'm going to require estrogen injection or whatever the fuck it takes to be a woman as a man.
So they allowed that to be in there, and
I
then
guess.
or they. I mean,
what I was wondering is how does that work?
so I wouldn't have a problem. Here's the deal: I wouldn't have a problem if they allowed transgender into the military, as long as it's not costing the taxpayers any money above and beyond another soldier. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you identify as a woman, I'm gonna call you. What? What do you want me to call you?
That's
There?
what I want to know.
Yeah, like.
So when everyone's in formation, is there a guy dressed up as a woman next to you and you just?
But they're all dressed the same. It's just your hair standards. Maybe that was
Can you
it.
imagine that?
Maybe the hair standards are the whole reason. He's like, they did.
Hey, I'm a woman.
Hey, Sergeant Major, I identify as a woman. Can have us. And he actually he's just the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. He just wants to play in his band outside of there.
I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is I feel like there's certain people that do that just to create like a problem or a situation or
Yeah.
a bitch about something. That if you're truly going to do that, then suck it up. And
Buy your own hormone
yeah,
pills.
Yet, I don't see how you. I don't see how. I'm just not that type of person. I don't feel like I want someone else to pay for my decision, right?
Yeah, no.
Like, hey, I want.
No.
I
Yeah.
want a $10,000 haircut. So, I need you to pay for it. That's what I want.
At whose expense exactly? That's
That's
the
what I
that's
want.
the
I
question.
want him to
so-
do it, but I.
Mm-hmm. And he wants to do it for you.
You give
$10,000 haircuts.
yeah.
But what's,
Anytime.
what's funny about this article is it says,
Give you 50,000.
this article says celebs express anger. So, what's that Chinese guy from, or Asian man from Star Trek, George Takei?
Yeah. George took.
Like, the guy's foaming at the mouth right now, pissed
Well,
off
he's
at Donald
gay.
Trump. I never knew he was gay until like just recently.
Really?
Yeah,
Which guy?
Not Scotty.
George Takei.
Sulu, from Star Trek.
I wasn't a Trekkie.
I wasn't
Yeah.
either, but I didn't know
He's
he was
the-
gay until recently. But anyway, he's like pissed off, telling Donald Trump basically he wants to fist fight him, and like all this shit. And there's all these celebrities, and this article's like celebs express anger. And there's a 2-part deal to this. Like Donald
Okay.
Trump announces this on Twitter, right?
Okay.
Like 10 years ago, if you told me the president was announcing stuff via social media, I'd be like, what? No way, man. The other thing is Twitter gives a platform to these fucking celebrities to where they think we give a shit. I don't even know who St. Vincent is.
Yeah. Or
Candace Cain?
never
I
heard
know
of
who
her.
Alyssa Milano is.
Of course.
What
And
she
I
says
trust
is
everything
important,
she
yeah.
says.
Mia Farrow? I don't know who Donald Trump is either. No, but you know what I mean?
His face is hilarious in this.
Like that somehow has some kind of standing, like hey, Tom Cruise says he's not happy with this.
Dude,
Like,
some of the
well,
shit that people say is great.
yeah, so like, oh shit, man, did you hear what Tom Cruise had to say about
Yeah.
the trans movement in the military? Like, we need to do something about that. Like, no one,
No.
you pretend you play playtime
yeah.
for a fucking job, you
Uh
know?
huh.
Like if my kids got paid
They're
millions
circus
of dollars
animals.
for pretending to be mom and dads or whatever in my backyard, that's your job. You want to be, whatever.
Right.
How is you speaking on social issues any different? They should just have random Twitter accounts of people like, hey, these dudes from fucking Louisiana don't even know what's going on with the, the trans movement in the military. And then post them up like, oh, I drank 16 natty lights last night and shit my pants, or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like,
No, I agree. I mean, the celebrities generally are like circus animals. They're just circus animals on a silver screen or whatever you want to call it, right? But the idea is that because our society puts so much stock into that,
why?
because it's why I believe why is because it's a play for your mind, right? It's a big. That's
So
all they
think-
want.
If Clint Eastwood was in here,
Uh huh.
I'd be like, oh, hey Clint, what's up? Whatever. But if he's like, I don't think you boys should be owning them rifles
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, or said,
Yeah.
87 Nissan pickup's a piece of shit. Be like, well, go fuck
off,
yourself,
Clint.
old man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not the dirty Harry I knew. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, fuck. I mean, it's Clint Eastwood. I shouldn't like the first vehicle. I
Got to
had.
make a living.
Yeah.
Dying ain't much a living, boy.
You don't listen, do you, asshole?
Mm-hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, think of that. If he came in and said, "Hey, I don't think you should buy a Jeep. You need to buy a
Jeep.
Yeah, you need to buy
Jeep. That is terrible.
a Suburban."
Mhm.
Like, what? Fucking Suburban.
Fuck off, Arnold.
Yeah. I mean, would it change
Hummer.
your
He'd
mind?
say a Hummer.
Would it change your mind?
No.
I would take a Hummer over a Jeep.
How would Arnold say Subaru?
Subaru. I don't know. Wow.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
No, but I
But is
don't
that
put any
just
stock.
you?
But I don't-
so would the people
Now wait though, like
So-
what if he made a valid point?
like
It
what?
doesn't mean that I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
it's got to be a one-liner from Twitter. Like,
So say-
better than Jeeps.
right? So so it's a one-liner that's a valid point. It doesn't mean that like it's a logical point that I agree with. Is that what you're saying? Like if it's something that's valid, I'll agree with it. Doesn't mean that I don't rate his opinion higher than my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, okay, hey, he's on board. He's thinking about something, right? But just because that they're a celebrity, it's not like, oh, well, he said it. It really means a lot to me, even though I was thinking it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. They don't. Their opinion doesn't rate any higher than mine or any less per se. It's just.
But there's got to be people out there. Otherwise, articles
Oh,
like this
yeah.
wouldn't matter. I mean,
No, I would say majority of America is like that. Like, oh,
did you see
my
what George
gosh,
Takei
George Takei just
said about
that
this? Like,
Donald Trump's the stupidest and most incompetent president ever, but also the cruelest and pettiest.
I mean,
Who gives a fuck? Donald Trump's a
do you-
shithead anyways.
do you take
They're all shitheads.
any? Does what a star or whatever take it, what they say have any weight in your opinions on how to live your life?
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
but there's got to be some somewhere because there's
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 Tons.
this. There was another article I was going to post that
Uh-huh.
kind of tied to this that said, this is where the richest people go on vacation. And it reminded me, there's an article on Huffington Post that says how many times a week you should be having sex or whatever, like according to a study.
7.
So, I mean, are you telling me there's people somewhere that like, wait a second, this article says rich people go on vacation in this spot in Norway. I've got to do that.
Uh-huh. I'm rich.
There's definitely people out there.
Yes.
Because I read that, I was like, I don't give a fuck about that. I want to go down to the beach in Corpus Christi and fucking camp in my car. Like, that's my dream trip that I've not done.
In my
Not-
87 Nissan.
Yeah, not go to Norway or wherever it was.
Right.
And then I don't give a shit how many times people are having sex. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need a list.
You don't want
I want to have it as much as I want to have it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, what do you do if you're like, oh, people are having sex 18 times a week? I'd be like, well, someone's fucking lying. But would you, like...
Are they trying to get pregnant?
Actually, I'd probably use that as a bargain.
Uh-huh.
Like, honey, come on.
18. We could
Like,
shoot for 10.
Yeah, like, you're a go-getter. You
Mhm.
like to be above, above the rest.
Your
as far
standards
as-
are high.
Yeah, you got to beat these people. They're saying 18? I mean, let's not hold ourselves back, honey. But
18.
you know what I mean?
You wouldn't
though?
get anything else done.
Like, there's no... I guess I don't want to... I feel like it comes across as bragging, but I don't put any stock in anything, really, that as far as opinions of what I should do or how I should do
Yeah.
things. You know?
That's you. That's good.
But, I mean, you guys are the same way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point. Like, so so there's an author out there, right, that you read a book from, and you'll read it, and they have an opinion, they have their idea, right? It's like for me, right? So like Ayn Rand, right?
Mhm.
So Ayn Rand, I personally, there's a lot of everything that she says I agree with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. I agree with it because she said it. It's because I think it. And I totally disagree with her on the idea of spirituality and the idea, all of that stuff, because I believe that I believe that she's short-sighted in her assessment and her philosophy. She's trying to make it it's this way or no way, and it's not this way or no way, right? So that's me. So, but she has a lot of.
I think Ayn Rand liked violence in the sack.
She probably did, but go ahead.
Do you think that some of the celebrities are just throwing that shit out there just to get the
Try to be
publicity
relevant?
and
Like, what was that?
Yes, I do.
There was an article that it reminded me of her. I totally forgot about that. Heidi Montag or Montage,
Oh,
you remember
yeah.
her? And that Spencer
yeah.
dickweed boyfriend. I guess they were hanging out with Alex
Jones?
Jones in Hawaii, and I was like, man, what the fuck happened?
They're really hanging out with Alex Jones?
Yeah. But it made me
crazy.
think, you know, like, I guess you get a publicist or, you know, like someone like a publicity person, like you gotta make a comment on the president's.
That's exactly, yeah.
You know, like, dude, if I was fucking popular or a movie star, the shit that it'd be complete nonsense. That's all it would be, just nonsense. I watched a video today.
I don't know why I have these night vision goggles.
Yeah, like, what do you think with Trump's new LGB or whatever transgender plan? It makes me think I need to change the oil on my lawnmower. Like,
what the fuck is he thinking?
Yeah, but no, I watched the video today.
He wants to get his oil changed.
It was
checked.
It was talking about some dude on that. I used to watch some of his firearm videos because he used to have his wife or girlfriend shooting on him in these like tiny shorts, right? Total clickbait.
Okay.
And I guess he was a valor theft or whatever. He said he was in the military. And he wasn't.
Right.
So everyone's just busting his balls in the comments. So there was a video over on the side that said big titties and stolen valor. And he's like, I don't know why you guys are so pissed off about this guy's channel. Did he steal valor or whatever? I don't know. I was in the military. And he's like, I did whatever. But I guess he said he was in the military, and that kept saying, like, I don't know why the fuck you're watching this. Flashing on the screen. And he's like, and it said, I don't know anything about anything. I mean, it was funny as shit. 'Cause I was like, dude, this guy. And at the end of it, there's like this, it's like, it's not even my real dad out of nowhere. But he goes on and like saying all this shit. And he's like, plus, got his girlfriend. If I want to look at porn, I'm just going to go to RedTube or YouPorn. I'm not going to watch half-ass shit on YouTube, that's for sure. But dude, that's what my Twitter account would be like.
Just like that random stuff.
My real dad is. What? All right. Next story is this from Fox News. Says feds subsidize housing for non-existing tenants. And I just wanted to point out that the Department of Housing and Urban Development spent over $500,000 on an apartment for people who did not exist.
Excellent.
Yeah. So anyone out there that's like, we do need government health care. We do need, Social Security. We do need these programs. Like, you don't think there may be a better way to manage that money? Because if someone else is using, it's just like tools. It's like, hey, can I borrow your tools? Yeah, they're not going to treat it the same way as you would with your tools.
$65,000 spares.
Like, hey, we just lost $500,000 renting apartments to people that don't exist.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's not my money. So.
All right, moving on.
We'll catch it next time. What's this one?
Around the world.
Oh, these are yours, right?
Mm-hmm. Round the world.
Music's nostalgic.
Yeah, it takes you back, right? So this is this is twin tag teams, right? So it says we're trying to have babies with the same man. Identical twins who sleep in the same bed with their shared boyfriend reveal plans to fall pregnant with him. The only reason I put this on there is because my brain started to run wild with this, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about that, right? They're twins. They're having sex with the same man the same time. Are they going to have, like, the baby's going to look exactly the same?
Which one is this? I saw you posted this.
It says twin sisters Anna and Lucy.
Are they connected?
Huh? No, not those ones. Not the
Didn't you post that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
That's one.
All
That's
right.
one.
I'm not
science.
interested in this story then.
Okay.
I want the other one.
So twin sisters Anna and Lucy DeSink have opened up about their plans to fall pregnant at the same time with their mutual boyfriend, the world's most identical twins from Perth. So it comes from Australia. That's why it's it's around the world. Have previously revealed they want to marry their boyfriend of 5 years. He's an electrical mechanic, Ben Byrne. The 32-year-old sisters who spent nearly $250,000 on plastic surgery look more alike already share everything, including their bed, and now they want to try to experience the pregnancy together. They look fucking weird, number one.
What What?
They look surprised, like they got
look
their
fake.
They got
Those
their
are T100s.
they got their.
That's a
they're like-
photoshopped face.
That's what I was thinking. They went to the doctor and like, look, here's what I want to have. I want to have the surprised look on my face constantly.
Is this the doctor that did it?
No, that's their boyfriend.
Oh.
He's got your haircut.
Yeah.
How? Wait, go down. How are they gonna fall pregnant at the same time?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like
They gonna line them up?
I think that.
Yeah. Those people, those are fake people. Those aren't real humans. This is fake news.
I don't know. I just wanted to think. So the kids. What if they had twins? This guy had 4 twins. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if the twins had twins?
I don't know.
My mind just raced away. All right, next one. So this is actually, this is probably a big. This is big. All right. So do you know? And I didn't. This is just the Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor,
Okay.
right? So that's like huge, and we haven't talked about it on this.
Who's gonna win? Who do you think is gonna win?
Who do I want to win? What happened here? Hold on. Who do I want to win? I want Conor McGregor to win. I don't like
Yeah,
Floyd
because I
Mayweather.
like Conor McGregor,
Yeah,
right?
I don't like Floyd Mayweather. I never have liked Floyd Mayweather.
He's gonna win though.
Yeah, he's just gonna run around.
He's gonna win. He's a professional fucking boxer.
I get it. I get that. He's a professional boxer.
What's funny is everyone's like, "Oh, Conor McGregor's gonna go out there and knock him out." Like,
I don't think that. I don't think that's the case. I don't think any thing like that. I think that he's always got a puncher's chance, like anybody, right? Like, you get anybody in there in the first, you know.
especially me.
Yeah, right. But what I do think is this: is I think what will happen is that the greatest pound for pound boxer probably to ever live is gonna. He's got his boxing computer, right? And he's going to be like, okay, this guy does this. And after like 3 rounds,
He's 50-0.
he's 49-0.
Well, he's about to be 50-0,
But I want the other guy to win, obviously, for reasons. Number one, he's probably one of the greatest shit talkers I've ever seen in boxing
I like the way he
game.
dresses.
And
Is there a
so,
picture?
Conor McGregor. I like his tattoo too on his chest.
yeah, here we go.
I was gonna say
Oh,
that.
yeah. I know exactly who that is.
Okay. And this guy's
You know what?
scared, though. He
Here's-
looks scared.
Here's the thing. This is all showboating.
I think so.
They're
I
just building it up.
think it's like wrestling.
Yeah. I guarantee you they don't hate each other as much as they're
No.
putting on.
But if they did,
'Cause if you're that close to someone that you couldn't stand, it wouldn't be just talking, right?
I mean, I don't know. If there's $280 million on the line, would it just be talking? Like, look, do this until we get to that point.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Here's what's
It's funny.
Here's
People at
what's-
work were like, "Would you get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather for $50 million?" Like, I get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather for $1,000. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give it a shot. Oh, knocked out. Hey, where's my $1,000? You know.
here's the deal though, is that if this is real, right? The difference between these two is this guy would fucking kill this guy in a real fight.
Oh yeah.
Like, and this guy knows that he would fucking kill him in a real fight. Like,
Well, see,
this guy
that's-
doesn't have. He has no like.
No,
It's-
he's a professional.
Yeah,
boxer.
he has no idea that he might think that he would have a chance, but this dude would climb on him, take his back, and just
Yeah.
Unless
done.
you could keep him off of him.
One will knock you out. The other one will hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, professional boxer can hold their own in the street as long as they
don't get caught.
start wrestling. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think it's going to be hard for
This
Conor
guy to
McGregor
get this guy.
Not, maybe I don't know how long he's been training for this, but to be like, oh, I throw
Patient.
a punch, and then when he throws a punch, I go in for a takedown or a kick to the
Oh.
leg or whatever. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine that shit?
Yeah.
He's like, bam, kick straight to the head. Floyd Mayweather's just out. That shit
When
would be
does this
amazing. August 26th.
Yeah, I almost want to buy it. I just hate fucking watching long boxing matches.
This is going to be a long boxing match. Mm-hmm.
Hey, this guy's been hit forever. It's lightweight, right?
No, it's It's 155.
Oh.
Yeah, 155.
Dude, I'm glad those guys are making that kind of bank off a fight. I mean, it's a serious. Wasn't Tanya Harding supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather? Whatever her name was. Not Tanya Harding.
Are you serious?
The blonde lady from UFC that had
Ronda
that was
Rousey?
pretty, and then when she tried to look tough, looked
Ronda
like a
Rousey?
fucking
The Cabbage
ape.
Patch?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey.
Wasn't she supposed to fight him?
Like in a boxing match, or
she get her ass handed to her?
if it was a fucking probably a MMA fight, she's probably what, one, like, could she go in there? Does she have to make weight?
I don't know.
Or she
I
just go in
got
there and-
so annoyed with how everyone was like, Ronda Rousey will never be defeated. Like, there will always be
Somebody
better.
better.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
like,
Did you say Tanya Harding?
yeah,
Tanya
first.
Harding. Dude, she just runs in there with a
With the
pipe,
skate.
just fucking just bust Mayweather in the knee with the pipe. Bam!
Did you ever see the Tanya Harding porno?
No.
No.
Never did.
Uh-uh.
It was rough. It's like watching dogfight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw it in the military. Someone had it, fucking VHS tape of it.
Well, maybe it was her and him.
Oh, it was. Wait, Tanya Harding's the blonde-haired one with the '80s like crimp hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the ugly one of the two. Nancy Kerrigan was the
Nancy
good-looking
Kerrigan
one.
still looks good. I looked her up the other day. Just because I was thinking about Nancy Kerrigan, Shane's legs before this race. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I wonder what she looks like. I think she's still an attractive
Oh,
woman.
yeah. She is. Can she walk now?
Oh, yeah, she could walk before. She just got like a zinger, didn't she?
Oh, that's it?
I think.
Fucking, why didn't she keep skating?
Is that what is that?
That's Tanya Harding right there.
Yeah, that's the one that was a porno. There's a lot of this.
She's got some big teeth. Yeah?
Yeah. Big teeth. So, email us and let us know who you think's going to win. I hate to say it, I want Conor McGregor to win, but I think
I do too.
Floyd Mayweather is going to win.
What about you?
Because think about this. If he dances around the ring, there's no knockout, and it's all technical.
Then that's a win for McGregor.
You think?
Well, I mean, he's not going to win, but I mean, that's a win on, like, okay, he got in there with the best, has never boxed, right? Got in there with the best boxer, pound for pound boxer, didn't get knocked out, went full 12 rounds, and went to a decision.
You know, I want to say McGregor.
You're going to say he wins?
Yeah.
Holy shit. He might. What if he's got.
Only I don't think he has any fear.
No, I don't think he does either.
I don't think
'cause
he
he's
does
been
either.
used to be getting blasted with those little fucking tiny gloves, and you're going to get.
Uh-huh.
Of course, have you ever been punched with those boxing gloves?
Like a big, like boxing gloves?
Yeah.
They're fighting in 10-ounce gloves. Yeah, that's like fighting with pillows on my hand.
Yeah, but it still fucking hurts.
I've been punched in the gut and was like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, I've been hit a few times, but it was never by. I mean, it wasn't by Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
He is starting to look a little more WWF, like world wrestling.
Mhm.
Like
Floyd?
This picture reminds me of that.
No, McGregor.
Oh, well, it's
Like
because
his-
they
His
both
gold
have
watch and
they both have a microphone in their hand right now, so everyone can hear what they're saying to each other. You know, if you go through those pictures, that picture of Dana White, like Dana White is looking rough, man. He's fat as shit, got man tits and like a t-shirt on and sweatpants at a.
He looks like Carl.
Yeah, and I always think that TMT.
Is
got
Teenage Mutant Ninja,
Ninja
Turtles?
Turtles,
Yeah,
yeah.
me too. I'm like, that motherfucker he loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I like the Ninja Turtles. Where is it?
I don't know, but I've been following the press conferences,
Yeah.
and they're entertaining. I mean, I catch clips on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah. Look at there's another one. I guess it's not a T-shirt, but like, dude, he's
Who's
got
this
man
guy?
tits. Yeah, that guy's a total.
That guy would
douchebag.
get his ass beat by this guy.
He's
and he's a
acting
little
like
guy.
He's not.
They're laughing.
It seemed like
Who's that? That's
Drake. Go
Oh.
back. Go back. They got the same face in every fighting. Like right now, they're going, hey, hey, hey,
hey, hey, hey, hey, hey.
So Email us. Tell us who you think's gonna win, or comment in the comments below.
Yeah.
I'm just saying McGregor because I want to go against.
Yeah, Mayweather.
Mayweather.
I
Doesn't
think
he
he's,
beat up women or pee on them or something, or is that
he probably does
or
both.
Kelly?
No, he did
Sorry,
beat up.
Kelly.
He did beat up women.
And he can't read. Is that
Keys in-
true?
Keys in the ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Yeah. On your hands through my fro.
Bouncing
Something.
on 20 foes.
I think Mayweather can't read.
That's true. I don't know why it's funny. Probably because he doesn't know he has a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's mean.
yeah, poor little guy.
Mm-hmm.
If he was in here, I wouldn't be talking this much shit. Like, oh, hey, buddy,
Mm-hmm.
you got it the bag. What do you think about the trans movement in the military?
Hey there, Money Mayweather. All right. What's
Mike
next?
Tyson, he'd win.
Oops. All right, Mike Tyson wins every time.
What is this? What are we doing?
What are we gonna do? Do you want to do the kids, or the twins that are conjoined?
I'm going to have to. Are we live on Facebook?
Yeah, you got a roll. Yeah.
I got to poop.
You can go downstairs.
You gonna go, or you gonna just go and come back up here? I don't know if you had to use your home base or not, like my brother.
No, I don't always, but maybe after a couple more times I'll
More comfortable.
more comfortable.
All right, well, we'll say you have to take off. How many you want to, or you want to stay?
I'll stay a few more minutes.
All right.
This will be the sign. Like
Okay.
it's getting close.
Stop talking to me. Science. Wait.
Yeah, just click on that one. There's this science too. The sex lives of conjoined twins.
Oh, man.
This is the one you're waiting on, right?
I know. I want you to read it to me.
Oh, you do? All right. It says, all right. So this comes from The Atlantic.
The Atlantic sounds like a nice, like a investment magazine.
So the sex lives of conjoined twins. Why does the topic defy imagination? One thing we know for sure about the sexuality of conjoined twins, people aren't conjoined are fascinated by it. So, you've seen that movie where Jason Bourne and the other guy, Greg Kinnear, are connected? The name of that movie?
No.
Well, they're connected, and it's like a comedy.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Though. I can't.
I can't remember the name of it. But anyways, okay. All right. So that's what it reminded me of immediately. So at least it seems that way. Judging by the number of reporters calling me to ask about the sex lives of conjoined twins since the TLC reality show Abby and Brittany went on the air several weeks ago. As I've told callers, although there are no real studies of sex lives of conjoined twins, we can safely assume that conjoined twins want and occasionally feel conflicted about wanting sex, as we all do. Wait, who's
That's
conflicted
total-
about wanting
total
sex?
Cock block.
Yeah.
I want to do it, but my sister doesn't. And she's right here.
She's, right here. I mean, we
Put
share
a towel over.
over her head.
I got fucking earmuffs and some fucking blindfold. You can do anything you want for 6 months.
I can feel that.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, you sharing the same.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There's not two. That'd be a difficult situation.
That's weird.
Mhm. It's too rough for one and not rough enough for the other. They're both. How do you do that?
Dude, that conjoined twin thing, I've got a lot of questions throughout my life that I've always thought of, like, like what you would do. Because there's times, when you're by yourself that you do things or think of things that you wouldn't want someone else to be there. So there's always going to be someone there,
Watching you.
Yeah, you don't have that time. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh,
Sorry.
nothing.
That's my arm you're using.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Give him the old minivan. 2 in the front, 5 in the rear.
Oh. So what the
It's too
what
much.
the study
It's
say?
too much. I don't know. I didn't read the study. This was an interesting topic.
I mean, you think about that. So,
Number one, who's gonna be the guy that's like, that's my girl right there, boys.
2
That's
for
my
1. 2 for 1. I would think if you
Hey, you want to meet my
Pooping?
girl?
you know, pooping or, like what's the other person that's sitting there?
No, they're both pooping.
Yeah, but are both of them mentally in
Like
on
we're
it?
like mentally
Are
in
you
on.
done yet?
Could you,
No, I'm not.
can you feel that?
Yeah.
Feel the relief? Do they both feel the relief?
That's what I mean. Is it?
I don't know, man.
They don't teach you shit like this.
Oh,
in
here we
school.
go. One reporter called about the TLC reality show asked me, if Abby Hensel is kissed, will her sister Brittany feel it? The biology geek in me wants to answer that. The happy hormones that comes from a good kiss probably work their way to both brains. But the student of human nature in me says that when your sister gets kissed and you don't, it's quite possible that the unhappy hormone ends up standing at the gate. Listen, man, in my head, whoever's in this is not just in it for one of them. They got two heads on the same fucking body. I mean, he's going to be bouncing back and forth. It ain't going to be like, he's like, oh, well, I'll give you a little. No, you're the ugly one. Like, I got two heads on the same body.
Is there a picture?
Oh, I'm getting some text message pictures now of some shit going down that's
Hold on.
questionable.
I'll find one.
That you would think that would cancel each other out, right? If what he's saying is true. Whatever the reflection on your computer on your glasses looks like you have eyeshadow on.
That's the best one right there.
You know what I mean, though? So, like, if you're kissing one and the other one's jealous, like, it's not going to make the one happier. It's going to be like, it's going to be like a math equation. Like,
I think these guys are like, I think that they're old and they're old. They're 18, so I think we can talk like this. There they are.
but go up to the other one. What is that? Yeah.
Oh, this is the science.
So there's 2 sets of lungs, 2 hearts, 2 everything.
I bet they could run like a motherfucker. 2 sets of lungs?
1 large intestine, 1 small intestine, 2 left kidneys, 1 right kidney, 1 pelvis, 1 pair of ovaries, 1 uterus, 1 bladder, 1 vagina, 1 urethra.
So my question is, do both of them get the urge to pee?
That's what I mean. Like when
They must.
Is one of them pooping and the other one like?
Their nerves have to. I don't know.
But you
actually,
got 2 brains, right? Like maybe one of them likes to wait a little bit longer before they pee than
I bet everything you have to do. I bet everything they have to do. They have to count.
What? Count?
Well, you got
Are they Rain Man?
like whenever you get. No, like okay.
Gotta get these toothpicks.
Hold on, like so. Just think about the little thing like this. When you want to get up out of that chair, like this side's like the other side is not getting up. Like
Well,
they
can't
both.
run.
Maybe they run really fast though.
They'd hit heads.
No, they're not loosely attached, are they? I don't know anything about.
Look like they're
conjoined
hauling
twins.
ass here.
It is. Oh my god, it's.
Is this on a show? TLC?
I don't know.
That is so.
That'd be a strange. I mean, that's a.
Huh? That's not real. That's Scarlett Johansson and
The third titty?
Here's a.
No way.
That's
No,
Photoshopped.
yeah.
Here's a. Oh fuck! This is a.
It funnels up and splits off into a Y, and that's 2 different vaginal canals. At the end of the canals, there were
This lady's got 2 vaginas.
she's got a Siamese twin.
you would have the opening, normal labia, and then it funnels up and splits off into a Y, and that's 2 different vaginal canals. At the end of the canal,
Like a V8.
divided off into two separate uterine bodies. The makeup of my reproductive system.
Huh.
I feel kind of wrong.
Yeah, I am too. I'm feeling guilty.
I don't feel wrong. I think it's fascinating to think
it's
about.
like
To think
legit.
that
legit
it doesn't-
questions, but it,
We're all like,
it's
I
fascinating because
it's just like when we had that transgender
yeah
woman in here.
yeah.
Like I wanted
Rain.
to ask a bunch of questions that are probably crude
Katie.
and everything else, but I didn't. I mean, and I'd have the same thing if I met a conjoined twin. I'd want to be like,
Yeah, like how
if
do they have
you
two
both,
stomachs?
Like get that itch. Yeah. Well, no, they have one.
So which one's eating? Like they alternate eating. Like
What if it's fatty?
and then it's your bite.
I don't know, man.
Like
that's weird because the nervous
you
system
could get
has-
your shit done quick. Eating fast. Imagine how fast you eat. I mean, it'd just be like this one's chewing, this one's cutting.
It's fucked up, man.
I don't mean it in a mean way, man. I'm not really. I'm just saying, like,
Curious.
it is. It's curious. I was telling the other day, I was like, just imagine if I had 4 functional arms. The
Like
shit I
Gorgo.
would get done. Yes, dude.
You could pick someone up and beat their chest. And
You would be the number one. You'd be the best fighter there ever was.
fuck yeah, King Goro.
I mean,
Put Goro up on there. Is it Gorgo or Goro?
it was Goro because Gorgon is a.
Gorgo was banging Katana, wasn't he? Katana wins.
Not
Not
Gordo.
Katana. The green one.
I do kind of miss that game.
Yeah, that game was good. All you had to do is mash buttons. Do half circles and mash buttons. This is the sound of playing Mortal Kombat. Goro wins.
I was just thinking that how much I'd get done at work too.
See, I was just thinking how much you could
So
pick.
that's 2 brains.
That's Goro. Yeah, you imagine if
Bad
you
mofo.
imagine if now you got. That's so strange, dude. Like, do they share one mind though? Or
No,
do
they got 2 minds. It's
two
separate-
brains, but do they have one mind?
They've
Are they
got
like
2 separate sets of feelings, right? Like,
You do the finances, I'll do the business.
yeah. Like
Can
they're
both of them-
2 different personalities,
but
don't they?
or is like what if this one over here is left-handed? You're like,
Oh,
fuck,
think
I'm
about it.
left-handed.
Think about
I'm
hair.
right-handed.
Cutting hair.
Yeah, I want to.
You got 2 heads.
I want to buzz, and the other person wants.
You'd have to charge them double. Ah, you got
That's
2
weird,
heads here.
It's horrible, man. We gotta.
I would feel so bad.
You
You'd
would
have
give, you
to.
would you would only charge them single. Ladies. It's not. We're not. I really am not trying to be.
It's gonna be $200.
For a fucking haircut? Well, you have 2 heads.
I mean, same thing like the movies.
No, it's 1 seat. You're charged by the seat. You're not charged by the.
Experience.
Just be shitty for the person behind them.
Dude, we gotta change the subject.
Right.
This is like the worst fucking thing.
It is. It's not though. Like
Who
Just-
picked that?
There's Mike.
didn't think of all of this that was in this. I was just fascinated by the idea that
Pandora's box. You started asking these questions.
because it is fascinating, and I think that most people think the same thing.
No, it is.
What was that?
What was that?
All right, science. Oh, this is science. All right. Here's the real science segment. Not so offensive
Not so
to everybody.
Is it offensive though, or we just?
It's like
It's not offensive, but I don't know.
It's not
Anytime I
right
talk-
because it's people that it's that
no, it's
they've had a tough
curiosity.
life.
Yeah.
They've had a
Hi,
tough
I'm
life, and
Goldilocks.
that's
What's a scientific way to tell that you're
What the fuck? I'm Goldilocks.
mm,
All right, so this next article says advice from Gatorland: what to do if you're attacked by an alligator. So I watched this whole video with
Me
this
too.
old bastard, and it basically says absolutely nothing.
yeah.
You-
Don't
you punch. It said if
You
you
tickle them on their nose.
Yeah, tickle an alligator in its nose to open its mouth, and
It's
if it
gonna bite
attacks
you.
you, to fight like heck or whatever he says.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure people aren't just playing dead when an alligator's dragging them into the water. Anyway, so if you're ever attacked by an alligator, make sure and fight back.
The whole thing was that there was a girl that got attacked by an alligator, and she stuck her fingers in its nostrils, and it opened its mouth. And this old man said, "Well, that ain't right. You got to tickle their nose." I think, and then he showed how to tickle the nose.
Everyone knows alligators are mad because the
medulla oblongata.
They don't got a toothbrush. What did Billy Madison say?
Yeah.
Because they got a
toothache.
Or whatever.
My mama said it wasn't Billy Madison, but yeah, the water boy.
How the fuck did Adam Sandler become popular putting out such shit movies like that?
It's
The Water Boy?
I like that movie.
One movie that did it was Happy Gilmore, because it was like completely
Happy Gilmore was good.
right. And
I
so
liked Big Daddy too.
yeah, I liked Big Daddy. I think, but that's what did it, right? It's like he
It's
then
like the same guy
became
in
a
all the
cult
movies.
full.
though.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Or,
go in the hole. He does this thing with his mouth.
yeah.
I can't do it, but yeah, that's like Cartman. But
I like the dude, the butler. His butler in that one.
oh, John Turturro.
He's a sneaky.
Yeah, John Turturro's a good actor though.
Which
in the
one?
Mr. Deeds,
I don't think I ever saw that.
the little guy with the black foot in there, right?
Oh, yeah, where he says hit him because he can't feel his feet or something.
Yeah, John Turturro's funny, man. Jesus.
You know a movie I watched the other night that I've been craving to watch it forever? I watched Heat again.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that
Because
movie-
you're reminiscing of your elbow.
Yeah.
You got
yeah.
heat elbow.
You're
You're self-conscious of it now.
That movie is awesome. Have you seen Heat?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Dude, you got to watch
It's a Michael
Heat.
Mann movie, right?
Is it new?
Yeah. No, it's from 94.
94, 95.
It's got Al Pacino in it.
Great ass.
Al Pacino.
And you got your head all up in it.
Robert De
think you
Niro.
gotta do
and, Tom Sizemore.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Mike's in it.
Then it's got the
What's your actor's name? Not Vince.
fuck. My brain.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer elbow.
Yeah.
I just said it.
Yeah. What do we got? What do we got? That's a good movie, man.
It's got a bunch of people in it.
It's got the spokesperson for.
But when it came out, that was the movie. Everybody's like Pacino, De Niro,
yeah,
together, but they're not together. They hate each other.
it's the spokesperson for Progressive Auto Insurance. Isn't it Progressive? That black guy.
Yeah, he's in that. Oh, he is in that. He's a cop.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. He's the fry guy. He's the grill man. He's the getaway driver at the end that gets blasted.
That's not him.
Yeah.
Serrano from Major League.
Yeah.
Same guy.
Yeah.
That's him.
The same dude. Same dude from Navy SEALs, the movie.
I remember that movie. God, where are you?
Yeah,
And it shoots through the concrete.
was Chet.
That
Chet was
Chet.
Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
I need one crisp, clean $100 bill in my pocket by Monday morning.
Fucking guy. Is he dead?
Yeah.
Bill Paxton's dead?
Yeah. Well, we just closed down Internet Explorer for some reason.
He did die.
Yeah, he died just recently.
Yeah,
from
that's right.
Surgery.
I was thinking it was a Mandela effect type thing.
No,
He's dead.
All right, next story. It's getting late.
Yeah. What do we have left?
Got Danica Kirkpatrick.
Oh, the children detained at the Border Patrol, and then a headscarf. We're almost done.
Yeah, do the Border Patrol one.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. All right, which one is this?
Border Patrol.
All right, so I can't open the article.
All right,
Basically,
Border Patrol agent detains teacher, her kids for refusing to claim citizenship.
So she's driving in New Mexico. She's been driving all over the country. And it stopped in New Mexico. I don't think it says where.
It's north of Las Cruces. So
And Border Patrol agent says, she gets pulled over and asked if she's a citizen. And she doesn't answer, so they hold her for like an hour and a half. And said, you're free to go as soon as you state your citizenship. She's got 2 young kids with her. She's a white woman. So she's got the whole article. This is from the Huffington Post. She's a teacher in San Diego, I believe. The whole article is talking about like how I saw brown people being pulled over and that were racially profiling brown people, and this is what we got to stand for. Like, if everyone would quit focusing on the racial issue here and the fact of the fucking rights violation of, just
of a Border Patrol checkpoint.
Yeah, in the United States.
A
lot more I think could occur. But and what's funny to me is the Border Patrol agents. If you watch the video, and this is kind of the same for all the all the videos that you see posted on YouTube or whatever, where people get stopped at a DUI checkpoint and they want to like say, oh, I don't have to stop, or I don't have to give you my ID, I haven't broken a crime. The people know. The dude working the checkpoint knows that the fucking guy's not. If their whole point is to pick up drunk people, they know he's not drunk, right? Just like this, these Border Patrol agents know that the lady's a fucking citizen. She just doesn't want to show her ID. So I don't understand why the guys always just like egg it on. It reminds me of the and this is extreme, but it reminds me of that video I watched on Waco. It said the FBI showed up at the compound and they started driving their tanks over David Koresh's cars to piss him off. Like, there's no point of just holding someone like, well, as soon as you say you're a citizen, you can go. Like, hey, dude, pretty obvious. Pretty obvious that she's a citizen.
How far away? How far from the border do you think these things are?
I forgot. There's the constitutionally free zone along the border that allows.
How far is that?
Like 200 miles, right?
Yeah, there are some in California that are north of Oceanside, in between Santa Ana.
Have you ever gone through one?
No.
I went through one in Texas.
They
just waved my ass through.
This one is the one that she's talking about is north of Las Cruces, which is clearly. I mean, it's here. Let me just pull it up. Let me just show you here. There's the border. There's the Border Patrol checkpoint. Look over here. Here's the border. Here's the Border Patrol checkpoint.
I mean, a lot of people will say, like,
what the hell? What's the point of this?
A lot of people will defend this and say, like, well, we need this, legal immigration's rampant in this country from Mexico, right?
Well, then let's fucking set them up everywhere. Because this doesn't...
Well, that's the thing is you got to... It's just like the fucking thing with the
They can get a plane ticket and fly the fuck over here. And then they fly up into...
well, they have to go through customs.
Fly into Vegas. But, yeah, to come into customs and then what?
You know what I mean? Well, to go through customs, you got to have a passport or something.
That's not hard to get a passport.
Yeah.
You get a passport.
No, I don't think it's hard to get in the United States, but my whole point is a lot of people will be a proponent for this because they're like, well, we got to stop it. We got to stop illegal aliens, but don't think about it as far as like I'm willing to, throw away rights as a human being or a United States citizen to catch some lettuce farmer that's driving in Las Cruces, New Mexico. You know what I mean?
I just find it funny that we set these up, right? And this is the whole idea is we're trying to catch these, right? And like nobody fucking flies anymore. Illegal aliens can't fly. They're like, they don't know how to use an airplane. I guess they just never got on one before. They don't even know where they're at.
What's sad to me is there's people that will support this because, for whatever reason, instead of saying like, hey man, this is America. People shouldn't have to be bothered to prove their citizenship, You know, we'll just don't drive through there. Well, what if I want to fucking visit Las Cruces, New Mexico?
Yeah, like maybe I want to go to Truth or Consequences.
So you could just be on a road trip.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
get stopped. Hey, are you American citizen? And yeah, I understand, right? Like everyone's just to answer the question.
Fuck off.
It's the fucking principle
Principle
behind
of it.
right?
Who are you to ask me?
Why would I have to prove that I'm American?
Where are you
citizen?
going? Where are you headed? What are you doing?
And if you believe that, then you don't believe in innocent until proven guilty.
No.
You believe guilty until proven innocent. It's just like I watched something the other day where this guy's like, he's like, let me see your ID. He's like, why, man? I've done nothing. He's like, let me see your ID. He's like, I'm just driving through here. And he's like, let me see your ID. How do I know you're not a serial killer? And he's like, how do I know you're not a serial killer? And that guy's like, this whole like, oh, fuck, And he goes, you automatically assuming me as a serial killer proves that I'm guilty until I prove otherwise to you. Same way if you're driving down a road and you drive down a road and there's border patrol agents there, you are assumed to be a fucking
Criminal.
illegal alien until you prove otherwise. This is not the way I don't think America was built.
No.
Anyway.
What do we have?
I can't open it. Oh, hold on. I got something. What do you got? Music?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. This
Ready?
No, I'm not ready.
Iranian TV host under fire after she's caught not wearing headscarf, apparently drinking beer.
Okay, so she's a real big. What's that from? It's from Fox News, right?
Yes.
So she's real big on being covered and like a proper Muslim, not drinking alcohol, and then she goes up to Germany. Where was she? Sweden.
She is in.
Anyway, she's
somewhere. Switzerland.
Fucking sipping beers and hanging out smoking cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
It always kills me, man. The biggest people, like the holy roller, the super judgmental person, is always the biggest.
Yeah.
Like
they're the biggest
the ones, like slamming whiskey behind the scenes and tapping on stalls with their foot, trying to get a little man-made action when they're, passing anti-gay laws or whatever. That's all I had on that. I thought that was funny that, like...
Yes, it's generally the hypocrisy is strong with those ones.
Which goes along with governments that are passing law. Like, remember that senator in California that was, like, putting down all these, like, harsh gun laws and stuff, trying to pass all this stuff, banning shit, and then he had an illegal arms deal going on with fucking Russia or Korea or some shit. Bullshit, man.
Tis.
That's why everyone should just be able to live their own fucking life.
Leave us alone.
It's too simple.
You need someone to tell you. You need someone to tell you that you can't own this or that or do this or that or whatever. That's it, right?
Yeah, we done.
We hit them all. Except
We had an article from our listener, but we'll get that next week.
I won't be here next week for the podcast.
It's all right. We'll figure it out.
Either Adam or Kalen
or both.
Shane.
Get
somebody on here.
We will. For sure.
All right. So if you're a new listener, make sure and email us. Check us out on or email us at spearheadx@yahoo.com. Like and share our Facebook page. There's a lot of podcast outlets that, not a lot, but we've heard some other podcast outlets that we're on that we even know we're on. So there's really no point in telling you where to listen to it.
You'll find it.
Yeah. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure and email us. If you're a YouTube subscriber, make sure and subscribe below. Make some comments. Leave some feedback on iTunes. It all helps us. We can get a computer that fucking works.
Look at this shirt.
Your shirt?
Yeah.
I can't see shit.
It's greened out, this part.
Yeah.
So if you look on YouTube, it just says, I am a pig.
Nice.
I am a pig.
Thanks for listening. If you're a long-time listener, thanks for sticking around. If you're new, we hope to keep you. And that's all I got. Adam, you got anything? You got 2-for-1 sale?
Had fun. Lots of laughs.
2-for-1 sale at
I feel horrible.
Yeah, I do too.
I
It
don't.
really brought it down at the end.
I don't.
That
I'm
was
all
an
right.
asshole story.
I don't know. All right. Adios, muchachos.
See ya.
All right. Stop streaming. Uh-oh.